Hey guys, when the difference between winning and losing comes down to quality, choose Addicted Marine Performance Parts. What do they do, Hayden?
You know what? They're your go-to source for high-quality billet aluminium parts. Originally engineered for the intensity of race boats, but now it's available to upgrade your ski boat.
Very nice.
You know, they also specialise in cab plate hardware, performance-driven steering components and internal fit-out accessories. And they also supply Argo V drives and all the accessories to go along with them.
That they do. If you demand the best in marine components, remember one name, Addicted Marine Performance Parts.
Everybody out there, I need to know who wants to go fast? Let's go one boys if you wanna go fast. Speed up 'cause we wanna go faster. Make some noise if you wanna go faster. Speed up 'cause we wanna go faster.
Welcome back to the High Speed Garage.
That's better.
You're listening to three blokes that could have been anything but decided to become self-appointed experts.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment, Contrast Printing, and Chop Sanitizing for keeping the garage open. I've got Hayden and Joel next to me, and we've got a special guest on for this one, Chris Pugsley. How you going, Chris?
Good boys. Great to be here, and I must congratulate you on your efforts the last, well, you've been going for 40-odd episodes now, and
Oh, it's a few.
Yeah.
It's a few.
congratulations on your persistence.
We've been keeping you from getting bored in the tractor.
Yep, you have.
That's the plan.
Hayden, Joel, what have you been up to? Been up to much?
Drinking beer.
Drinking beer?
We have been drinking beer. Been out
Yeah.
for a feed.
Yeah, been in the club for a beer before. Nice feed.
Got a
I had a good salad.
Lube the vocal cords up.
Walked it off.
All right. So we've got Chris here to tell us all about his journey, his life journey, motorsport journey.
Michael's our Mike Munro. He's just about to walk in with a book. This is your life.
We're not that technical though, Hayden.
There's no books.
All right. So Chris, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself from the beginning, like what you did from the start, like where you grew up and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I actually, believe it or not, I was born in Sydney, but we moved to Canberra when I was about one, and I went through my schooling in the ACT, and did a trade in Canberra as an electrician.
Electricians, aren't they gay?
Oh, they're all, I reckon they're gay. I've got another son-in-law that's an electrician.
He's a bit gay too.
Don't think he's gay.
I send him memes all the time.
Sort of finished my trade and sort of racing motorbikes as I was growing up. And
So where did the motorbike bit come from?
it's a funny thing because I often wonder about that with motorsport in my life. My mum and especially would have absolutely zero idea about motorsport. And I think even motorcycles. So my father mucked around with bikes a little bit, in his middle age, I guess. But the bike thing, I think, on reflection, came from a good friend of mine who I met. He moved up from the South Coast, Chris Tracy, who a lot of you probably know or heard of.
Yeah.
Been involved in boat racing, running 5 litre back in the day with a boat called Anguish, and It's Coming back in the probably, I guess, early 90s.
I can remember the It's Coming boat. I don't totally remember the Anguish boat, but yeah.
Yeah, very competitive. Anyway, his parents, Chris and I were going to school. I got to know them pretty well, and they were, Chris was riding motorbikes back in the day as a kid, and without going into all names and the finer details, he was ended up swinging off a sidecar and doing all sorts of crazy shit at a pretty high level. And that probably, and his father, Owen, was boat racing as well. And but anyway, that family probably got me onto motorbikes, and and that kept. I was on bikes till I was probably 22, I guess, and still have a little bit of a play around these days, like a lot of us do. But
You still put us to shame on a bike, that's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
So
Not
realistically, you've got Chris to blame about a lot of things.
yeah. That's I do. We're a little where Chris and I are a little bit distant these days, but still very close. I think fair to say.
So you went to school together?
We did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, back in so his parents had a garage in Narooma, and sold up and moved up to Canberra, and Chris ended up going to my high school, which was in the area I grew up in, and yeah, we became very close. Yeah,
So
it was-
living in Canberra, you didn't have like a farm or anything like that
Nah.
you'd ride the bikes or anything on?
No, not really. Most of the no, it was a couple of areas where you could ride around Canberra back in the day because things weren't as strict as they are these days, of course. But there was Chris was sort of racing out at what they used to call Kamagutsa or Fairburn Park. They used to have a pretty good speedway track out there, and used to go out and watch him run, and just got sort of tied up in it all. And yeah, Chris probably sort of backed off racing. Like he was competing in a sidecar. Like I still remember seeing tyre marks up his back. Like they were racing.
Jesus.
That's no good.
It's funny because I haven't thought about this shit for years, eh? But him and so another good mate of his, Steve Morley, was the rider, and they had just bear with me, not a YZ, it was a 465, 490, I think, back in the day. So single cylinder 2-stroke on methanol. So they bought the bike, pulled the engine out, fitted in the sidecar chassis, and they were competing against, 11 or 1200 cc 4-stroke triple cylinder.
Yeah,
Probably
right.
4-cylinder, what I remember. Competing for New South Wales and Australian titles with this single cylinder 2-stroke thing.
Shit.
And they didn't win, but they, from my memory, Chris will correct me, but they were very competitive.
It sounds pretty serious.
Mad shit.
Yeah.
And you're waffling about the shit for ages, but I remember the day they put the engine back out of the go-kart, back out of the sidecar into the bike chassis, and Chris and I went out to riding at the local forest, and I'd never ridden a dirt bike with so much frigging power, I tell you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well,
It was ridiculous.
half a litre on methanol is like in a tiny little dirt bike chassis. There's
Anyway,
a fair bit going on there.
Easy to get off track, isn't it? But yeah, and that probably ignited so Chris sort of tapered off from racing motorcycles, and I probably ramped up, and it was a great part of my growing up, I guess, through when I got my car licence to when I got my car licence, we were away all over New South Wales racing just about every weekend in enduros and stuff, and
So you competed
yeah, I did, yeah.
in like what sort of bike stuff? Like, was it mostly enduros or was there motocross?
No, well, in the early days it was mostly enduros actually, and because enduro racing back in the 80s, it was probably still big now, but it was the in thing. Like, there's a lot of guys doing it, and we're having a lot of fun. It was terrific. Pony Expresses too. We had 2 guys ride the one bike, and yeah, it was a great part of my life actually.
Yeah,
you work all week, and the guy that I did my apprenticeship with, Dave Dalton, he rode too, and his family, and it was you load the bike up on work on it all sort of week in your spare time and train and get ready to race, and then you'd put the bike in the back of the ute, and you and your girl would roar off down the road and race all weekend and come back and go to work Monday morning if you didn't break any bones. And yeah, just like they're all doing it now. Nothing's changed.
It's
just
still
at
the same stuff, yeah.
probably at a different level, but it's
What's the main standout bike, you reckon?
well, mostly I only had Yamahas, so I wasn't by any means an elite rider, but someone said to me once, I'll never forget it, were you any good? And I said, no, I don't think so, but I raced against blokes that were good. But it was just a great experience. And motorcycle riding now, even though, it's risky business, I suppose, as far as breaking bones and that goes, but it's a great pastime.
Yeah, it is. It's good fun.
Such-
It gives
it's
you
great
skills
fun.
for a lot of other stuff too.
100% it does. Yeah.
Fitness too, like it keeps you fit. That was
Yeah.
the main reason I sort of bought my dirt bike a few years ago. It's
Yeah.
you know, I realised I wasn't doing anything physical, like work wise or anything. So you buy yourself a dirt bike. You use every muscle when you're on a dirt bike when you're riding
Oh,
through the bush.
100%.
Yeah, you know about it.
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
just-
I got my first car, which was an XB Falcon Ute, and I was having a little dabble in cigarettes at the time. And,
were they Winnie Greens or?
no, I think they were. Well, actually, yeah, we used to steal a few Alpines, but no, yeah, Winfield Blues. I think anyway, it was a very short stint, and motorbikes soon got me off that. I can tell you because
Couldn't breathe.
yeah, exactly. Even at that age, could not breathe. Anyway, so
harmed your training.
shout out to riding motorcycles.
So you got out of bikes because
Well, grew up
Broken
to
bones,
be.
or-
Yeah, well, nothing was really planned, I guess. Probably have some regrets about stopping riding enduros as soon as I did. It would have been good to maybe push on for a bit longer.
How old were you when you were doing this?
I think probably seriously between 18 and 21 or something, I guess.
Yeah, so still early.
Yeah, still early, yeah.
Really
and even
just
though I
getting
still
into your
rode,
prime at
Yeah.
21.
yeah, that's right. The journey life takes you, right? But it's so. Dad, my father, was interstate trucking for most of his life, and I had a fascination with trucks, and it was I started driving trucks interstate when I was. Would you believe I bought my first license and got caught when I was under 21?
Yeah, right.
So 21 years old, I look at the kids now and I think no wonder my old man was peeking out. Driving a cab over Kenworth interstate, and back in those days it was, would I do it again? Yeah, probably. Well,
It's probably a lot nicer these days with the roads and stuff.
Yeah,
that have been all
well,
updated. back then, far out.
the old Hume Highway, it was a racetrack,
Yeah.
And I used to see accidents every night out there, and a lot of blokes died.
Yeah,
A lot of blokes died. Well, I wouldn't say every night, but Jesus,
There's no laws. It's just go until you stop.
it was a racetrack. It really
Yeah.
was. And some guys, it's like no matter what you're doing, whether it's motorsport or driving a car, whatever. Some people are good at it, and some are not so good at it.
Yeah.
I think I survived those days because I was surrounded by a lot of good people, like my old man, and the blokes I was working for and the people around me sort of kept me alive. But
Yeah,
I
right.
was very fortunate because looking back at it now, I think friggin' hell,
Yeah.
it was serious shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're rolling down the road at 120 kilometres an hour. Like you talk about convoys, well, that's what it was.
Yeah,
A single
right.
lane road. It was.
Your
It was-
motorbikes and stuff probably helped a bit out, but
It was a
Like
living. It was a
focus-
living. Yeah, well,
focus
look,
from,
it probably did, I guess. But
riding motorbikes
I think-
fast and yeah.
I think, like probably we all do. I just like we like driving shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
like racing. You like
Yeah.
you just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
driving shit. And it was a terrific experience looking back.
So after your bikes, after you give that up, you went trucking.
Went trucking and and so my without going into all the detail, the family details, my Uncle Ray had a boat called Samantha back in the mid '70s, and which really fascinated me. Mum and Dad broke up when I was about 9, and then Dad moved up to Sydney, and I met my Uncle Ray for the first time, and he had this. It was an Everingham. I think
I
it was.
remember that boat.
I think it was. The original. Well, there was a couple before, but this one was Samantha 4, and it was red, white, and blue. And that was the days when ski racing was just massive.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the 400 boats at the start of the bridge to bridge,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and that's Anyway, he'd had 6-cylinder Falcon in it, 250 Falcon, and fuel injected, mechanical McGee fuel injection. And Dad got involved in helping Uncle Ray with the engine and setting the boat up, and honestly, from that day, that was just a fascination for me, and I've always had the desire to do it.
Go boat racing.
To go boat racing, yeah.
Did you dabble in any kind of ski racing or?
Yeah, well, Dad used to observe with
Yeah.
Uncle Ray, and they were towing skiers, and like I say, you could talk about this shit for hours, but that probably ignited my passion for racing, and through Uncle Ray, because all their caravans up at Dargle, and that's how I got to meet the Smith family.
Yeah,
when I
right.
was probably 10 years old, and
So would you
bugger
say
me, now I'm living there?
the boat racing bug was part of your repertoire before the bikes?
No. Oh well.
You knew about it, but you probably weren't that invested in.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, when I was a kid, it was sort of, probably not too much thought goes into it, really.
Yeah,
it was
it's just
I
something
was
your family did.
young, no licence, and then it was bikes, and yeah.
So was there anything in between the bikes before you went serious boat racing, or?
Not really. I don't think so. It was sort of from the bike thing, and then you started, my first marriage to Carol was we were together for 20 odd years before we went our separate ways, and in that period of time, we had a daughter and a Samantha, and you take on a mortgage and you got to work, so that consumes a part of your life. So racing sort of takes a bit of a backward step. I met I don't look, sort of see Steve too much these days, but Steve Dravitt, he was a deep water bloke, and I ended up, I wouldn't say drove for Steve, but Steve gave me the opportunity to do a bit of driving for him back in the day, and which I'll be forever grateful for. And I did that's probably late 80s, early 90s.
Steve and Chris are still running around the traps now.
Yeah.
Steve's son, he's still
Christopher
he's still
and
running
Brendan,
around,
absolutely. Well, Christopher's he's very you see him around a lot. He loves it. Yeah,
He does love boat racing. He's always on to anything boat racing.
yeah.
That's a lot about the Deepwater Club as well. That brought a lot of non-Hawkesbury people racing as well, and that just brought the body.
Well, back in the day, I mean, it's all
bigger.
a lot of changes, isn't it? But the old Deepwater days
They were huge.
They were huge, mate. You couldn't get into the joint, and I mean, it was ridiculous when you think about it. I mean, the boats weren't as fast then as what they are now, of course, but
Yeah, racing on that tight track, that's...
bloody hell, you stand on the bank there and you just about touch the driver's helmet when he goes past at 90 or 100 mile an hour. Look, it's crazy.
You can see that photo over there on Joel's shelf of me, Joel, and his brother Brennan.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know how long ago that was, but that was at Deepwater.
Is that right? Yeah.
Michael Wright took that photo from Deepwater.
I remember him too. Yeah, that's awesome.
We met up with him again at Dargle.
Wiseman's. At Wiseman's. We ran into him at the pub.
When was that?
Recently.
It wasn't recently. It was a little while ago, but
No, not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about, it was a few years ago now, when we would fucking pissed at Dargle. Remember, me, Drew, were blind, and the old mate, we were drinking the...
That's a
I think I vaguely remember, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be no spring chicken.
No, he was old then.
Yeah.
That was, well, would have been 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, when we ran into Wiseman's, it wouldn't have been that long ago. Maybe, it's probably 10 years ago, I suppose. Yeah, probably not quite. Maybe, but yeah. He was there. He remembered taking that photo.
Yeah, last time I remember
right?
seeing him, he remembered taking that photo.
Yeah.
So is that where you reckon you started your racing career?
Deepwater Motorboat Club, 100%. Yep. No doubt about that, yeah. It was, so, there was a lot of, like the boat racing world's changed a bit, hasn't it? But the old Deepwater was, I think we started first in, it was 4.6 litre, I think. when
Yep.
we first, or when I first started driving with Steve, and
That was with the. That was the class 6 cylinders? A lot
yeah,
of 6 cylinders
that's
in there,
right.
yeah.
So, and there was a gentleman by the name of Wally Munns who's still around. I think Wally's
heard the
name
name
pops
Wally
up on
Munns.
Oh, yeah,
Facebook
I've
every now
seen
and
that
then.
a
Well,
few
he
times.
can't remember all the details well enough, but he was, I think he might have been a stepfather to Jason Brew, who had a boat. Oh, yeah, I can't remember. That was another 4.5 litre boat. It was a little yellow 15-footer. Jason would be filthy of me not remembering that. But anyway, he promoted the class. And honestly, there would have been, probably 12 to 15 boats back then. 6-cylinder Falcons, 6-cylinder Chryslers, 6-cylinder Chevs. And it was it was good.
If you've got a class or something like that, like say with the Barrows,
Yeah.
if you could get it to be
Yeah.
10 people have got a barrow and they chuck
Yeah.
it in their little boat,
Yeah.
you don't put them in an 18-footer boat with no turbo. Like, it just clearly doesn't have the grunt.
No.
Put them in those little 15-footers
Yeah.
you're talking about, mate.
Yeah.
They're awesome fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you sit in a fifth. Well, Michael's driven one for quite a few years. You sit in one of them little boats now, and you feel like you're going to fall over the front of it.
That's why my
Like,
old man
Beck's
wouldn't-
about 3
wouldn't
foot
drive
long.
mine.
Yeah,
When we were trying, my little one, when we were trying to, tune that up and get it to go, Dad couldn't drive the thing flat out.
yeah.
We'd put it in the water and I'd, go out and come back and say, Dad, it's not going, something's not right. And, he'd want to muck with a distributor or whatever, and he'd just go out and cruise around and he'd change it and do it. But he would
Too
never,
scared to get on.
he'd never take the thing flat out because he said the deck was always too
Yeah.
short.
You used to an 18-foot deck.
Yeah, and the little boats are they are freaking small, and yeah, you feel it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like Rhonda, doing what she does with that old lemon boat.
Yeah.
I love my
shout
little
out
one.
to her, like it's hard work.
I love my little one. As much as the sport's progressed since then, like with cockpits and all the rest of it, and we all love cockpits, I'd happily jump in that little quick trip boat tomorrow.
Yeah, because of the way it used to handle there.
Yeah, it was. I was like at one with that boat. I knew exactly what was happening every
Yeah.
single time.
Yeah.
It never did anything weird to me. If it was going to do something weird, it was like it always had a warning, and I knew that it was going to go like that, and I could get out of it. And
Yeah.
it was. I love that thing.
There is a photo of you pretty sideways at Bundy.
Yeah, but I was in control. I was in control. I knew what was going on.
Fully sideways, you can see everything in it.
Yeah, so those little boats at Deepwater, they would have been pretty good suited.
They were good days. Yeah, they were good days, and I think probably learned a lot. Not that I knew it at the time, but doing all that racing down there was. We did a bit of racing at St George too. But
That's a big difference.
yeah, and Steve ended
Creek
up
to the washing machine.
Yeah, exactly right. So Steve ended up buying one of Henry Eitz's old one of the old Seabreeze boats actually. It was an 18-foot. It was 18-foot. Who built that? Pete Smith.
Pete Smith, probably.
Yeah, it was Chalet V thing, and
Was that the one that ended up upside down up the road?
yeah. Well, Steve bought it
Oh, the red.
after it was repaired.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good thing. So it had a 5 litre, I think a 308 in it back in the day, and pretty nice little engine. And we raced that around a bit, and then we actually went to. That was when Charlie Mayfield was running its Horny, and
That's
we-
in the
and-
shed.
Boats
Yeah.
back in the shed here.
yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So it is, and we went to with my association with Chris and Steve, and we went to took that boat down to Canberra and fitted one of Chris's. It was a pretty tidy engine back in the day to go and try and beat Charlie at
Oh, yeah.
Windsor at the Spectacular, and we had a fair shot at that too, but we couldn't do it because the boat was actually fast enough, but we couldn't drive it properly.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'll never forget it. I've told this story to a few people. Like I remember Pete Smith, who I was a bit young and probably didn't really know enough. And I'll never forget it. Pete, he's obviously since passed now, but Pete Smith came up and we spoke about the boat, and I was telling him about our struggles with it, and he said, "It'll turn. I'll show you."
Yeah.
And then we had a discussion about it and decided not to do it. About Peter driving the boat, jumping in for that race.
Yeah.
And now, 10 years later, I thought, Christ, I wish we let him
Should've
drive
done
that
that.
freaking
Yeah.
thing, because I reckon he would have done it.
Yeah.
We just didn't know how to do
How
it.
to do it. Yeah, exactly.
Because it was as quick as Charlie down the chute, but we couldn't get it to go around the corner, you know?
Yeah.
And,
It's a lot
anyway.
of setup in those different side of boats. And
Oh, 100%.
especially those early
Totally
Vs.
different. Yeah.
Really cornered.
Yeah.
They knew the difference. Like Michael's old man, when he first jumped in the shallow V from the runner,
Yeah.
he goes, they just go around the corner like nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
just got to know.
So the first shallow V the old man jumped in. Well, so he tells me. I think he's a little bit wrong there, because I think the first shallow V he jumped in was Trouble. But for what he tells me, the first shallow V he jumped in was the Red Sea Breeze,
Yeah, right.
which was meant to be sort of the similar thing to that boat.
That was a Pete Smith boat, yeah.
It was
No,
a Bruce
It was a
boat,
Bruce
but
boat,
it was
yeah.
meant to be sort of the same
Same
kind of thing.
copy thing.
The plan was to, make the sign right and look the same.
Yeah,
and all the rest
yeah.
of it, and they screwed all that up, and Dad didn't do it right and whatever else. But the very first time he jumped in that boat, he thought it was a piece of shit, and he said, "I don't want it fucking one of these V bottoms if that's what they go like," because they had the propeller too far back, and the thing was running on its nose, and it was snaking up the river. And Dad come back, and he'd never driven a V bottom, so he didn't really know too much. And he said to Henry, "If these things handle that, I fucking don't want one."
Yeah.
But there is an art to it. Like you've
Well,
got to be able to.
Well, no, he said
you've got
that.
to be able
Henry
to
just
learn
went,
how to set the boats up. And
As soon as Dad said that, Henry took an inch straight off the prop shaft, and Dad went, "Oh yeah, that's fucking
better."
better." And then Henry sent it home with Dad and said, "Keep chopping a little bit off until you
Feel
until
right,
you feel that it's okay." And yeah, that's what he did. And then he ended up backflipping it at Windsor, and then
Yeah, I was there that day.
sold it.
That was scary.
it was actually never his boat.
No, he never owned it.
He went to the yellow one after
He
that.
did own it there for a little bit, a very, very short time. I think he went to Yarrawonga with it and Perth with it, and then
Oh, is that the one he took
sold
to
it.
Perth? Yeah, righto. I thought he took the yellow one to Perth or something.
no, he was planning on taking that one, but fucked it on the way anyway.
so that's what you've done. You've jumped from your bikes into the boats.
Yeah.
You didn't do any of the go karts.
We
Or
did.
something?
So we had. So how did that all work? Yeah, things changed a little bit, and we probably financially, and Steve sort of backed off from racing a bit, and there was anyway. Dad, so my old man met this fella, and Peter Clements actually, and we and my ex brother-in-law Gary, and we ended up going go kart racing for probably 5 years actually, and had a bit of a crack at it. It was a great learning curve.
How old were you when you sort of attempted that? How long had you been in boats before you went to go karts?
Well, I think we started racing go karts in about you're stretching my memory now, probably about 96 or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
a fair bit longer than
something
I
like
thought.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
right.
yeah, it might have been mid 90s roughly, and up to 2000, and yeah, it was a.
Go karts is generally like something you get into when you're really young, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, well,
Typically.
it probably was. Well, I knew a few people that were over the years that played with karts, and yeah, it was the same thing. Just a great experience to have a dabble at it. And we I think we went to Oran Park to it was a state round, and I learned a lesson there. And there was friggin' 80 carts in Club and Heavy back in the day at Walmsley. Look, Andrew
Yeah.
Walmsley's won a friggin' Australian title, and Australian
Yeah.
title or state title?
Both.
Yeah, he's won an Australian title.
Yeah, well,
He's been
I'm telling
overseas
you,
too running for it.
Yeah, and that ain't easy. That's friggin'
Yeah.
hard. So
Same as Scott Patterson. He was there.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, okay.
I think
righto.
he may have won an Australian championship as well.
Yeah, that's pretty mad. So, we didn't look. I never even qualified to make the final. I think I made the last. You had to get into the top 4, and I finished 6th or something. I never even made the final. Friggin' 4 races to run for the championship. You know, it was super competitive back then.
Oh, it would be. Well, that's everyone that ever races any kind of car. That's where they all start.
I don't think it's changed anything. If not, it's got bigger.
Probably.
Yeah. There'll be so many people that start their racing careers in go-karts, whether they jump onto bikes, boats, other types of cars, even driving fucking monster trucks, probably.
You would have been running around with Courtney.
So
and all
I never
and all them.
Yeah, no, they were probably a little bit younger, I think.
Yeah, right.
Well, I didn't really know of them till a little bit later.
I was thinking of Wormsley because Wormsley's a bit younger than you anyway. Yeah,
that's probably right.
But he raced against.
But it was it was a good experience, and it made me, you've got to be good at it, but also it's like anything you like I was interstate truck driving at that time, so Sunday night I'll be off to work or it was not making no excuse at all, but it was some of the blokes that. When you look at them, they were really committed to it.
And you've either got to be able to afford to commit to it,
and there was a little bit of money tied up in that. It was a bit of an eye opener. I tell you, the blokes running on new tyres quite consistently and fresh engines, and we couldn't do that shit. But,
that's the thing. If you're not doing that, you're kind of behind the eight.
Well,
ball
you
to
are.
start with, aren't you?
You are, but that's not making excuses. But
that's just how it is.
It's just how it is. They were. Not to say if you had all that shit, you could have done it anyway, but it was an eye-opener. It was, friggin' great experience. Same thing,
Hone your racecraft, basically.
100%. And it makes me, I wouldn't mind having a crack at it, crack at it, doing it again, just for the fun of it, Like it was just a great period of...
Good to go back 30 years and have another go.
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now.
Yeah, 100%.
Jumping back 30 years. How good's hindsight?
Wouldn't you? Yeah. Wouldn't you love to have, as you get older, like you get into the, my age now, and then think, shit, I wish if I knew what I knew now when I was 30,
that's the
you'd
thing.
Be a lot better at it.
A lot of the people back then, they probably did have that hindsight. They probably had people on their team that had been there and done that and knew a lot of the stuff already. And they just trusted them. They tell them how it all works, and they just trust them, and that's how it works. If you're in that point now, like if you're in running a go-kart and you've got some older guy telling you, this is how it goes, this is how it is, and you want to disregard that information, well, you're probably going to go backwards. If you listen to that bloke, you'll probably be up the front somewhere.
You're talking about it. I remember we had a guy that was doing our engines who we got to know really well. His name was Brian Lindsay. Now, I remember going to his place one day, and I think it was a Mercedes parked out the front, and we got on really good. And he was just like, he was just a good fella anyway. And he did a lot of engines for some of the top drivers, and I went and picked the engine up, and Brian said, I said to Brian, "What are you up to?" He said, "Just having tea with." I can't remember whether it was Courtney or Briscoe. And he said, we're just having tea and we're just working out how we're going to win a world championship. Well, they did.
Yeah, right.
And won a world championship. And now, obviously Courtney's doing his thing or done it. And Briscoe's went overseas and drove IndyCar. And that's a good little story, I'll never forget, Brian moved up to Swansea or somewhere. And they had a little house at Cabramatta with a shed out the back doing all these go-kart engines for some of the best drivers in the country, And Andrew would remember, Wormsley would remember Brian Lindsay. Yeah,
100% he would,
Bloody, anyway.
They were top of the table. They just didn't have the funds.
Yeah.
Wormsley.
That's
all they run out of.
Same was fucking what a lot of us are doing now, just the passion for what we do. And
there'd be so many people these days that are so talented but miss out because they don't have the funds or don't know how to talk to people, don't know how to attract sponsors and all that sort of stuff.
All that.
We see
but you just got to learn to live with that, Like it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. It's something that probably when you're a competitive person, one thing it does shit you is getting beaten by money.
Yeah.
But we need people with money in our sport because that's
To keep growing it.
and quite often that money is because they're very good at running businesses and
Yep.
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah. They're not.
That's shout
they're-
out to them.
Most of them aren't nepotism babies.
nah.
They're just, yeah.
They're all having a crack, just that they're probably smarter than what we
Yeah.
are. And, yeah.
Or even just had a harder crack than us.
Well,
Like,
yeah, the
committed
commitment. Yeah. The commitment is.
Hasn't come to the opportunity where someone's gone, well, it has a couple of times, but drive my boat. Like,
Yeah.
you're better than my son, say, yeah, I want you to drive the boat. You're
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
It hasn't sort of come to that era yet.
No.
Yeah, it's probably not.
A
Our
few
sport's
people,
probably
but
not
not-
professional enough for that to sort of happen. Most of the people that probably get other people to drive their boats are probably just because they know that they're not capable and they don't really know what to do with
I
it.
think that's. Yeah, that's right. Well,
It's not like they're trying to poach the best driver from the best team or something
No.
like that. Like drivers are drivers because they own their own shit and
Yeah.
they're doing their own shit, not because they got sucked into someone else.
Well, how-
Prove it themselves.
like some respectfully people don't understand why you would get a driver to drive your boat.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, when I was younger, there's no way that I would consider doing something. Now I'm older, and I guess been there and done it. Having something I understand now. Like someone has a passion to build something and make something,
I can remember.
Yeah.
but they haven't got the experience to
Yeah.
yeah.
So
get the best out of it. So they put
The old
someone in it.
man, when he did that quick trip boat and did it all for me, and I was racing it. He was actually driving a boat for Dave Bowen at the time,
Yep.
and Dave happily admits that he's not a race boat driver. He's owned a few and tried his best, had all the best of the best shit, and still couldn't win races. So
Fall out before the line, fall out after the line.
he knew he wasn't that great at driving a race boat, so he got Dad to help him out. And Dad always tried to get him in the boat to do laps. It's your shit. Have a go. Dad always said, I don't understand what you get out of it. And then one year at Bundaberg, I happened to do really well in quick trip, and qualified for the Iron Nut Shield. And I remember him ringing Dave after that and said, I know what you get out of it now. I understand.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think, that's why
it's
Dad's still
more-
on board helping
it-
me with what I do now.
I think it's more nerve-wracking standing on the bank watching, particularly if it's one of your loved ones racing
Yeah.
than when it's driving yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
But when
Jesus.
it's successful, you get that competitive urge yourself.
Well, if
Yeah.
you've built it, organised it, learnt it, done everything you possibly can to make that the
Yeah.
best thing you can, and you stick someone else in it, you feel the same joy the bloke driving it does.
100%. I believe that. 100% you do. I would say, as long as you think that they can drive the boat as good as you or better,
Yeah.
well then
Yeah.
you're more than happy. It's not that's the way I think of things now.
So you jumped out of the boats into the go karts, and then we've done a couple of years running around the
Yeah.
go karts, have you?
Yeah, well, so that's right. So after that it was I suppose I had a marriage breakup.
They slow things
And
down.
that
Certainly do.
that changes shit a lot, eh?
Only if you let it.
And if you let it, but that's just life, No regrets.
You're not the
and-
first or the last person to have to
No.
deal
It's
with it.
pretty common these days, and it's a shitty part of your life. But quite often things are not meant to be, and it definitely wasn't meant to be for Carol and I forever, I don't think. And we've all moved on, and yeah, we're happy. And we had a bit of a break for a while, and I ended up having a break, and obviously never lost the. So when Carol and I were still married, actually, I saved some money, and we ended up buying the old. So Steve Andrews actually built the boat, I think, in conjunction with, I don't know, it was Bruce, or the boat was called Platypus. Anyway, it ended up being Mr. Mac. So Doug and Chris McDonald from Nowra,
Yeah, we know
and
that
they.
one.
And
I
they
did not know that one.
Yeah, that's right. And they dominated that 4.6 litre class for, many years. And I ended up buying that boat. And Steve Dravitt he lent me we had a 4.6 litre engine in that, and then a 5 litre. And that kept me going for a while. And I sold it to a guy up at Taree, Scott Godfrey. And then long story short, I'm watching Joel get alcohol. Long story
that's
short,
what we do
bloody hell. Tracy Smith and I end up getting together. We've known each other since we were probably 10 years old. And
So where'd that meeting happen?
Oh,
Or it was fairly involved, is it?
no, I don't know. It's
Don't go too far into it.
No, you can't. No, you haven't got time. You don't want to bore everybody. But I'll never forget it because everyone was mortified with the change in my marital status. But Mum said to me, I never forget. Mum said to me innocently, "She got any baggage?" I said, "Fuck me."
I played the fifth, Mum.
Only 3.
three kids and anyway, so I went to Dargle with Samantha, the race boat, actually to run the bridge to bridge, and in I think May. Oh shit! That's a long time ago, isn't it? So 2005, and never left. And
Took the boat down there and left the boat down there.
took the boat down there, ran the bridge, and destroyed the engine. And
2005. That we must be getting old because that
Doesn't
to
feel
me
that
doesn't
long
seem
ago.
like it's that long ago.
yeah, it doesn't, eh?
I'd finished school 3 years before that.
Yeah, I was already working.
That boat had a 6-cylinder Duggan Chev in it, and I'll never forget that thing because it was only a 15-footer, and I could not believe how fast that stuffing thing was. And Uncle Ray bought the engine off Alan Smith from Dargle back in the day, and we put it in that boat, and it said triple Webbers on it. And
Is that an engine that come out of the Dargle boat?
yeah, it was running the Dargle boat, but I think when Alan ran it, it had injection and methanol, and I think it might have been in the KT actually.
Oh, wow.
Might have been purpose built or one of those things, you know.
Yep.
And we tested that like in the KT, it was ridiculously quick. And even in that log boat, it still ran 95 mile an hour back in the day.
Yeah, right. That's pretty good.
And
How big was that thing?
250 cubic inches.
That's it. 250. Yeah, right. I thought it might have been bigger. That was 280 or
Unbelievable.
something. That's
Duggan
fast.
cylinder head, you know. And
Yeah, they're a good
And like-
spread. Yeah.
Alan, in conjunction with, probably Frank Duggan and everyone else, they got that thing going. But, you got to remember, like when Malcolm drove, I think, Dargle at the drags back in the day, was that a 250 or a 292? I honestly can't remember. But it ran 101 mile an hour.
Shit, yeah, right.
Like, friggin' hell.
Fuck, that's fast.
And, that's in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's still not bad for now.
That's good, isn't
I
it?
pretty
challenge
mad
anyone
shit, eh?
listening to go and get a
Well, they couldn't do it now, I don't
256
reckon.
cylinder
No.
and do over 100 mile an hour.
That's right. Incredible. And that's because, just experience, I guess. And
There's no technology back
nah.
then. Not the heads. Like, you go
Mad
by
stuff.
heads that have flowed pretty well now.
Yeah, there's a lot better.
Anyway,
shit these
we
days.
cooked that thing. It broke a water pickup off. This is how stupid it is. Before we run the race, I ran a little pipe off the gearbox to run out right past my face, squirting water out so I wouldn't miss it.
So it was a clear tube.
Well, it was just a tube, but the water
you
was
went to see
pissing
the
out the side. It was
water.
like
Yeah,
a waterfall out the side of the boat at 100 mile an hour, and it broke a water pickup off, and there was no water coming out the side, and I never seen shit.
Yeah,
I was
right.
going to say, so you shouldn't have wrecked it then.
No.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it?
But I was that focused on trying to hang on to the frigging thing, I didn't see it until my feet were getting wet, and by that time the damage was already done. Anyway,
They're fun, those little 15.
That's,
Yeah,
that's,
great fun.
That's a bridge race.
great
for you.
experience, yeah.
That's a bridge race.
And it cost a fair bit of money to fix that frigging thing, and
It didn't stop on Dargle Straight, did it?
didn't make it there,
That's a
unfortunately.
good
That would have been
story, isn't
ironic,
it?
wouldn't it?
Yeah. I would have liked to have had another go at that. I think like Alan's record, like Alan's 6-cylinder run up there, he did on record. I think he did in about 40 minutes, but it broke a propeller blade at South Creek. Back in the mid 80s at 38 and a half minutes or something.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Shit.
Yeah, right.
Fuck, that's fast.
it's fast, mate. There was no way I was going to do that, but it was on. So the 18-foot Mr. Mac boat that you drove, which
Yep.
yeah.
yeah,
Hostage.
the hostage.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Chris and I started together, and he had a program. He was probably a bit smarter than me, and I couldn't hold this thing on the water, not at flat out, so I went flat out and honestly just walked away from him. But I think he still got the record for 4.5 litre at 41.5 or 42 minutes, whatever it is. But it would have been, I think it would have made 40 minutes plus a bit.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, same old story.
Yeah.
Everyone's got that story, right?
Yeah,
It's the
You
one.
don't get there, it doesn't matter a shit.
the one
You
that
get
got
there.
away.
That's the one race I really want. If they ever brought it back,
yeah.
I'd try my hardest to patch something there.
It was like a lot of blokes had a really good crack at it back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it probably means a little bit more to blokes that live
On the river.
around
the
this
river,
area. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Like
right.
I can remember growing up. Yeah, always heard about the bridge to bridge, but it was never a big deal to
Nah.
the old man or anyone up Newcastle way because that's not what we did. We went circuit racing.
Yeah.
It wasn't about how fast the boat went or anything like we had to.
Yeah.
We had to lap the thing. But since I've moved down here, I've seen so many people that are like they're so committed to
Yeah,
that, they
the-
want it to get happening
living
again.
on
they
the
want it
river.
to work again,
And
they want to have an attempt at it.
Even moving down here, it's like, yeah, I want to do it.
The river thing.
It's
yeah.
the thing, right?
I'd
river
I'd
just
do
calls
it
you,
because
doesn't it?
Sorry?
The river just calls you.
Yeah, it
does.
does. Yeah.
I'd like to have a go at it, but
Freaking
the
does.
only thing I would say is, unless I legit thought I was going to break a record or an outright record, or like a class record or something like that, I probably wouldn't really have a serious go at it.
No.
But I would still like to do it with a mate, like
Yeah.
a passenger,
Yeah.
just two of us in the boat.
Yeah.
I'll drive to.
Have a run down the river.
I'll drive to Wiseman's or something. You drive the rest of the way, or whatever, Dargle, wherever you pick up at. Just drive,
Yeah.
and then we'll swap over and just have the river to yourself to,
Yeah.
apex corners and send it round there as fast as you can. I think it'd just be a
Yeah.
cool thing.
Yeah, I was a bit the same. I always had in the back of my head. I mean, it won't happen now because, with Oxy, to have a crack at the 6 litre record,
Oh, yeah.
Held by
which was
Sniper.
correct, and that was a leg boat. So, but I always had in the back of my head just to be nice to. But
EFI.
I can remember.
yeah, I mean, look, yeah,
So the boat sitting out the back here in Joel's shed, it had the old man's 6 litre in it and done the bridge to bridge. Dad never drove it. Henry drove it.
yeah, I've heard this story.
And they put
It
So on methanol.
mountain of
Yeah,
fuel.
it was on methanol. I think it had the big fuel tank in the back, and I think it had another 200 litres up under the
front.
deck,
Yeah, that's
I
just
think
crazy
that
shit.
tank may be still at Charlie's too.
and it still ran out before the finish.
I think it got pretty close, but I think it rang out one corner or two corners.
Yeah,
before.
it wasn't too far from them, but yeah, it ran out.
crazy.
So yeah, if you're going to run something on methanol up there, you need some
No,
serious fuel.
Yeah, no, that's right. Anyway,
But that was piss and dribble too, I think. It wasn't AFI.
Yeah, you get a bit nicer shit if you had EFI. Yeah. Anyway,
So you've gone from that. What got you into a capsule boat?
yeah, well, that's a funny story. So, because of my, it's just life's journey, right? Nothing's planned. I would have no idea that I would have ended up living at Dargle 20 years ago. But I did, and still had the passion for boat racing, and so I ended up, look, my boat racing career would have not have gone where it went without my father-in-law. He was, fucking hell, must mean a bit to me, eh? He, without him, there's no doubt that what I've done the last 20 years, it wouldn't have happened.
He's a good egg.
Simply because of his engine building
It's
expertise,
just
like
knowledge.
he's a stuffing farmer. and loves boat racing, always has. But without him, that's what started it. Well, I had the passion to do it, but and he still, like I spoke to him about it when I was younger, and basically he said, I'm not fucking helping you at all if you're going to be driving an open deck boat.
Yeah, right.
So righto, so I made a very smart financial decision, and I sold my investment property and bought a race boat.
Super smart.
Conveniently, Malcolm was living across the road.
How fuck's that?
I wish I was smart enough to have an investment property to sell for a fucking race
Well, I
boat.
was smart enough to do that, but anyway, so that was a really bad financial decision. But that move, with the support of Tracy and we had so much fun for probably 10 years with Oxygen Thief, racing all over this side of the country and with, 4 girls in tow.
Was it?
And other countries.
The first one was Bundy? 09?
Yeah, the first serious one was Bundy. Yeah, I think
We were
that's...
all there,
was
yeah.
it 09? Yeah.
09, I remember being
Then we
there.
did Yarrawonga the same year and won the Jack Kavanagh for the first time. And yeah, it was freaking mad. Back in the day...
That was the injection off...
Off
Larry
Larry
Trojan,
Martin's
yeah.
injection. That's exactly right. Yeah.
John knows his history.
Yeah.
I remember being there at the hotel. You were staying in the same hotel room at Bundy with us.
Yeah, right.
When you were there, yeah.
Great times, eh?
I wanted to know
Great
about
times.
the Oxygen Thief boat. When you had it built, did you go down and be part of the build process? or that
Not
was
really,
all up
but
to Malcolm?
Malcolm lived at Dargle back in the
Yeah,
day,
that's right.
and obviously built the boats just round the corner. So it's probably fair to say I annoyed the shit out of him.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's the only way to get a boat out.
Yeah, well,
I wish he still lived
Well,
there now.
yeah. But look, yeah,
Me and him would be good friends, I think.
yeah. But
I reckon you would be.
we got the boat. Look, I'm not going to get into all that political stuff, but we got the boat in good time, and we had a relationship back then, and it was we got it and fitted it out. And look, now I don't have time to. I feel as though I haven't got time to do anything.
But back in the day, you had.
But back in the
shitloads of
day,
time to spend
I-
all of it.
Well, you're not trucking anymore.
I'm not trucking
Back in the
anymore.
day, you was probably still trucking. When did you finish trucking and start doing what you're doing now?
2006, I think I spent the last 10 years in me trucking thing, driving fuel tankers.
Jeez, that's dangerous.
Yeah, so for a fellow by the name of Ian Coots, who I have a lot of admiration for, and Ian sold the business and it sort of declined from there on. But anyway, it was time to get out. I think I'd had 20 years farting around in transport, and yeah,
Why did you decide to stop that?
I think I was just over it a bit, away a lot, and
Yeah, driving for long hours,
a little bit. Tracy was
not in your own bed.
Yeah, a bit of that. Tracy was a bit uncomfortable with it too, and a new relationship and all that, and freaking plenty of kids running around the joint.
Yeah.
And to be
Yeah,
honest,
driving fuel
I
tankers,
didn't-
it's a different thing.
Maybe
isn't it? So
get
not-
to that
didn't wanna
age
be
where you
away.
want to
Yeah,
be around.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a lot of
right.
life you're missing out on.
Yeah. Well, when Samantha was first born, 93, I thought, right, well, that's it. I'm going to stop interstate truck driving because at the end of the day, we'd go Sunday night and you weren't home to Friday night, Saturday morning. You might
Yeah.
snag a night if you were lucky here or there, but you're away all week.
Yeah.
And,
You miss everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well, if you're doing that week after week, you do fucking miss everything, don't
bloody
you?
oath you do. It's, you freaking do. Miss out on a lot of shit anyway, but you're making a living, so it's just what you got to do.
Yeah.
But,
So well, once you started with the Oxy boat, and we got that far now, you won a fair bit of shit with it.
yeah, well, we did, and we did, and I guess I settled into the. Yeah, like in the early days, like, geez, there was a period of time there where, like, one year we did I think it was 12 or 13 major race meetings in the year. Like we're just going
Yeah,
everywhere,
right.
and there was probably more race meetings out than what there are now. Maybe because there was no floods and shit, and everyone was pumping.
Yeah.
And, but like I was in a boat racing every month,
Yeah.
and testing in between, and
Yeah, the
so
facilities are right there.
yeah, well, 100%, mate.
Yeah.
It's a massive, massive advantage, Tom was, but yeah, we were pretty committed, and yeah, but yeah. Anyway,
I remember, Michael will remember, I don't know where it was, but your first 6 litre race, and you got back to the bank and you were going, fuck, you can't do that. And then Smithy goes, welcome to fucking 6 litre.
Yeah, I think that was at Taree.
oh,
Yeah, I think that was at Taree.
another one I remember. It was Yarrawonga. First time at Yarrawonga. Never been to Yarrawonga to race before. And I go out there. I'm not being, I'd say not naive, but fuck, I just couldn't believe the pace shit was happening, And we rolled out off the ramp and away we went to do the warm-up lap.
He's straight into it. Yeah.
And then next minute there's boats coming past me. I'm thinking, fuck, they've already done a lap. I haven't even started the race yet. So, yeah, right. It was we had I think we were lucky enough that, I didn't really know what I was, so I wouldn't know what I was doing, but the speed things were happening. So John Cross and Mal McCall were in the same race, and we came into the first corner 3 wide, and I was the only one in the sailboat.
Yeah.
And I think Crossy on the inside and miscreant, and I was in the middle, and I think Malbin and Moppin on the outside. And we were dead set 3 wide going through the corner, and not very far apart. And when I think I don't even remember whether I won or not, or what. I can't remember. We might have. To everyone's surprise, and Mal, I'll never forget it. Wayne Smith was there, catch me as I came in, and Mal McCall pulled up beside me and started fucking tearing shreds off me straight away, and I was shitting myself.
Yeah, right.
And Wayne just had this dry smirk on his face. And, yeah, well, welcome to 6 Litre.
Yeah.
Fucking Mal McCall, tearing you new arsehole. Didn't do anything wrong, just the fact that I think I beat him.
Yeah. That
Beat
would
me again, I'm
surprise
going to fucking pound you.
He's still the same now.
Yeah, that's right. Looking back at it now, I think how good,
It's good racing 6 litre. As much as I haven't done a real lot in 6 litre. I had a little dabble in 6 litre, but sort of did a fair bit in 5 litre, and now I've jumped to the unlimited class. But 6 litre to me is like it's the ultimate class.
I think it's the pinnacle of boat
I love
racing.
it. I love it.
It is.
Of
It just doesn't get known for that because it doesn't have the noise and all the rest of
Nah.
it. But it's
The competitiveness.
the best of the best
Yeah.
are in 6 litre, 100%.
It's like I have a lot of admiration for the blokes that I've raced against over the years, but something that gives me a lot of pleasure is to see the stuffing young blokes coming through now. Like
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah, it's
Connor Patterson and Mikey Johnson and they've moved on now, but
They're into the cooler class now.
yeah.
yeah.
into the I call that retirement class. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, you can say what you like, but we're still faster.
Yeah, that's it.
Down a straight line.
Well, you might be straight line faster. They still circle you.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty hard to beat when you're in the race. But
Yeah.
yeah, but it's a great class, and I think coming through the ranks too. Even though I didn't do junior racing, but definitely coming through the smaller classes, building up to that over the years, I think it's a massive advantage.
I think that's what helped, say, me, Michael, and Brendan. We did juniors,
Yeah,
and then when we did 5 litres, or when we got into big boats, we weren't allowed to go more than 5,000 RPM in a race.
yeah. Well, this is the conversation you had the other week about handicap racing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all we did. That's all. Everyone did. Michael did the most of us.
How good? Well, we just don't do that anymore.
Nah.
And
Handicap racing's fucking.
it's a bit of a shame, I think.
Yeah.
If we could, I'd be totally happy these days if we could half incorporate that, like clock
Yeah.
starts.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me, I would froth
Go
clock
use-
starts.
Go your zeros and finish on your zero.
Yeah, I'd
Reverse handicaps.
100%. Not even a handicap, just a full blown, as fast as you can go scratch race, but we all start on 0, not cruise up to this flag drop. You've got to
Oh, I like the
Tom-
GPs do.
like your H1s.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Cruise up.
Start on 0.
You got to time your run. You know, if you and no poles, just like the H1s, no poles. So if you really think you want pole 1, okay, you're going to be closer to the start before you go. But the guy that doesn't really give a shit, he'll start in pole 6. But when he hits that line, he's hitting it at full noise.
It's wide open, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be that bloke.
bit
I'd be
of a
happy to start in
technique,
pole
isn't it?
6.
Yeah.
I was pretty good at that, but a lot of that come from the old man as well, guiding me on where to go and how to do the start and whatever else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Loved it. I'd happily go back to that.
yeah.
Good fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's
So you've done a fair bit of running around with the oxygen thief boat in Australia. We've all seen the races against the blowers and stuff like that. What do you when you think of the oxygen thief boat? What was your standout event?
Oxy. So probably to be honest, I think when you've been ripping around for a while, they all just
Melton does seem.
There's
for
got to
me,
be one, at least
Melton
one or a couple.
probably
Really stands out for me as a big
I'm just
event for you
thinking,
guys.
to be honest, probably some of the probably the Menace Cup at Windsor, probably one that stands out to
Yeah.
me, I guess.
That's when you're swapping engines?
Oh yeah, that crazy shit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, going from carbureted to
Carbureted
injected.
injected.
Yeah, people don't do that often, do they?
Nah.
They go, no, this is dumb.
Menace
Yeah,
with
it was
the
dumb.
injected.
But I think I don't even remember what the results were. I really don't. But I think we placed in all of them. I don't know if we won anything. Might have won one and placed third in the other.
Yeah.
I can't remember now. But
I'll tell you
yeah,
what.
we went back home and put the carbureted engine in to come back the next day, or vice versa,
Other
or some
way
shit.
around,
Other
yeah.
way around, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, for
crazy shit.
crewing for you there for a couple of years, my standout moment on that oxygen thief boat would have to be
Me putting water in the gearbox when you drove it.
No, no, the
that's-
gears were backwards.
Well, no, that was after I'd fucked the gearbox. We put the gears
10
in
unders.
backwards.
Wow.
Yeah. No, actually, it's got nothing to do with any of that. Would be the time you got the speed record.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
terrace.
even thinking of that. Yeah.
Still don't have that
Nah.
like totally, but you had it there for a little while until it.
You
got
know what?
overtaken.
That's yeah, you're
To
right.
me, that was impressive because I'd
Yeah.
crewed for you a little bit, and once Sacrifice had come back with that number, I thought, fuck, there's no way you're going to
No.
make that number.
No.
And because at that time, your boat was probably making, 126 mile per hour top end, no dramas, and
Yeah.
that was about the record that Whalen set. And I thought, well, if that's where he set the record, I know he was a little slower than that, and your boat only tops out at that, so
Yeah.
you're not going to crack that record.
I'm glad
So
you.
I thought when you did the run, I thought, there's no way he's done that. And when it come back and your time was whatever it was,
129 point. Well,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Oh, an
whatever,
average
whatever
of,
it was,
yeah,
I thought,
126. Fucking 0.3 or whatever it was.
I thought, holy fuck, to make sort of nearly 130, they would
Yeah.
have had to top out at like 133, 34.
Yeah. Well,
and
to be honest,
it had never done that.
the maximum speed on the GPS in that run was 129.9. But that was the first run, and I knew, I thought that we probably couldn't do any better because like the bottom of the boat was blueprinted. We had next to no centre fin on it. Had all everything else off it, and we had
You gave everything it could have for that
pretty
day.
much, yeah. Like in hindsight, I probably could have had the propeller under the boat a bit further. It had 10% in the box and a carry a carry propeller, and
You probably could have turned the gears up a little bit.
could have
14s or something like
yeah,
that.
it could have. But that friggin' engine, which is built in that old farm shed at Dargle, and that thing never went under 9,000. So we're talking about an old Chevy bow tie block, Allen's old 5 litre block,
Yeah.
and Racer Pro cylinder heads and Larry Martin's old injector, and that engine never dropped under 9,000
Yeah.
for a kilometre each way.
That's,
And that to me was
that's handling it.
fucking unreal. Yeah,
Yeah.
And my head was rattling. I could barely see out the windscreen because it had that little chop on the water.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was just like sitting in a freaking Mixmaster.
Yeah.
And the engine was sweet as.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would never be any better.
That's my standout moment for.
Yeah, well, it
whole
was
Tom Mike
when
crew
I.
for you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good reminder. But it was, it's good shit. That probably more satisfying. Yeah, just so satisfying for Alan too. To do what we did with on a budget and keeping
Junk.
the shit together.
Junk, basically.
I wouldn't say junk,
Oh,
but
it's not junk, but
definitely
it's
not top line race shit.
Yeah.
No, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Not what
just
they're running around with
nah,
now.
the important shit was right. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. You're still running around with 20-year-old gear
yeah,
back then.
pulled the cylinder out. We had a cracked cylinder head, but that I don't think that had any bearing on performance. But that was pretty impressive. That whole thing
They weren't no all
hung
pros
in
or-
there at those RPM for
It wasn't an all pro or Jones
Nah.
fucking cylinder head.
nah. I still remember, like I say, you waffle on for hours, couldn't you? But Alan's ingenuity, he's just not scared of having a crack at shit, like that farmer mentality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the old man.
He wanted
the same.
yeah, all them old blokes are the same. But he wanted to put a bigger camshaft in the engine, so bigger diameter camshaft.
Yep.
So he convinced Kim Baker to machine the block to fit this bigger camshaft in. We're talking about a bow tie block here, like GM bow tie block, not a.
Like, bigger than like 55 mil.
Yeah, well, that's what it was, 55.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Kim agreed to bore it, and he said, "I'm not putting the oil holes, the grooves in it, because
Oh, yeah,
I don't know that I'm not going to risk fucking the block."
Yeah.
And because it was a pretty tidy old block, and Alan had me up in the shed, his shed there at Dargle, with a friggin' die grinder and a long extension with a ball burr on the end of it, cutting the grooves into the block by hand.
Which was a lot rougher than what Kim could have done. But
I'm
Kim
saying,
didn't want to
I
touch
couldn't
it.
believe we were doing it.
Yeah, right.
And you know what? It was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what hand tools you use. If
Yeah,
you take your
it's
time
just
and
not-
you're
yeah.
analysed enough, you'll still do as good as a job.
And I probably just thinking out loud while I'm remembering that stuff. It was just great experience.
So did you want to keep?
But that was good.
Do you want to keep going along?
Yeah.
I was thinking about finding out what the hell. How did the deal with going to America go? Where'd that start?
I think it started. Honestly, I think it started with so Aid Bloomfield. So he was a Pommy guy, and he had a little bit of money, not nowhere near enough money, but he had a bit of money, and he had a real passion for boat racing. He got involved in the sport, and he watched a couple of people die in America, and how he ended up touching base initially, I don't know, but he ended up getting in touch with Malcolm, and
I think it was through Tony Hearn.
could have been
Tony Hearn did a couple of trips over there and
yeah
spoke to a few people. And
Yeah. And fair enough. And Aid ended up out here, and one thing led to another, and he wanted to promote safe racing in America by putting drivers in cells, and that's
It's really exciting to see that happen.
It was. Yeah,
he
it
was
was.
in front of his time.
He was.
Of his
Well,
thoughts,
what
of
he
his
told
thoughts.
me, he watched a young bloke. I should remember his name, but I don't. Float down the river, dead out of an open deck boat in the current past the front of the crowd at a race meeting.
Jesus.
Yeah, right.
And he said, "I'm fucking not watching that anymore." And he took it on his own. He took it on his own bat to do something about it, and he went on this crazy ride. And anyway, we end up so who Explicit went over there first. So we and Jimbo. So both 6 litre boats and then long story short, ended up over at Mark Lepresti's workshop there at Parker, Arizona, and Alan and I went over there and because they wanted us to go over, and there's no way I was going over to take that shit on as well as drive as without taking Alan with me to. We had to fit the engines in the boats, and
Yeah, right.
so there was 2 brand new Penske engines sitting there, and we had to fit them and set them up and test them.
Yeah. Making plates, everything. Yeah.
It was pretty involved, eh? But Jesus Christ, and same thing. I couldn't have done it without the old boy. It was a amazing experience. And then we ran at Long Beach, California, for the first time, and
Made them look silly.
well, it was Well, to be honest, there was no class for them over there, so we ran with the Grand Nationals,
wasn't it?
GNs, yeah. And
That would have been interesting.
And that in itself was pretty interesting and great. Yeah, it was just it was awesome experience. And then we went back. We did 4 sessions over there, and there's a lot of work, a lot of testing, and shitloads of fun. Bit too much fun, but it just didn't look. They didn't.
Didn't hit the mark.
Because I just don't think they just couldn't get their head around. I don't know whether I don't know how to explain it without being offensive, but I don't think because it was theirs, they just didn't want a bar of it.
Yeah.
There were some guys on the edge that were thinking about sort of buying one of these things, and
Did they get...
because there was no class, like Aid he was over at APBA, American APBA
Yeah, right.
meetings, and
Yeah.
and it was he was fired up about it, eh?
Did they get it? Did any Yankee get a offer of a drive it and see how better it is?
There's a couple of Yanks over there that drove them. But I don't think they were probably. Or Tony, ideally, yeah.
I was actually going to say
There
that I
was a
gonna-
couple, but
I was going to throw a name at you and just see what your first thoughts were after your interactions with him, and that name is Tony Scalata.
yeah. Fuck. We were. So I got to know Tony through another friend of mine over there, and initially. And so Jeremiah McCorkle, he drove one of Aid's boats, so the Jimbo boat.
Yep.
And probably fair to say, I probably got to know Tony through. I mean, I met Tony out here when he came out to run at the Fastwater with
07.
That was down at Golgol.
Walshy's thing at Golgol and Wawa, and
He
but didn't
come
know
out
him that
before
well.
Run a flat bottom here.
Yeah, he did Adelaide
K88.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He played a good prank on Dave Clark and put some Neverseas on the binoculars and given to Dave Clark to have a look through.
Yeah, he was a lot of time for him, mate. Anyway, we were doing some testing on the Colorado River right where Tony had his caravan actually, and there was a friggin' dust storm, eh? And we did a little bit of testing and just run up and down the side of the bank, and that was it. Anyway, so Tony drove. I think it was Jimbo. Just trying to think whether it was that or Bruiser. Not that it really matters, but honestly, the water was a foot high. The conditions were absolutely woeful.
Yeah, right.
And
So
there's
you
a
go
dust
longer.
storm, and I'm in a dust storm coming across, and I'm shit myself trying to cover shit up. And they sent Tony out there, and he had a run, and I just looked over. He'd never driven this boat before, and feeding, and the fucking thing is sitting on its tail at 120 mile an hour across this shit.
Yeah, right.
And he just made it look like he'd been doing it for 100 years. And I just thought to myself, yeah, righto.
Come and race Yarrabonga and you'll be
He
good.
he knows how to do shit.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
He's
As I said,
experienced.
He's
he's
experienced,
wild.
whatever.
He's got massive balls.
Oh, but just a good operator.
Yep. Can steer.
Can steer.
Yankee Crossy.
Yeah, right there.
Driven enough
Yeah.
stuff that
And
he knows
cool
what
as a
to do with
cucumber.
what- Yeah, yeah.
Just a quick story. I went over with Lindsay Johnson and Steve Day for a trip in 2016. We went to the drag boat races at Texas, and Tony was there driving a flat bottom, so I think it's the Lucas Oil flat bottom, which is, I think, the world record Isle of Wawa. And he was so accommodating. And we sat in his transporter with his wife, I think, Sandra. And his pit crew were out there getting this weapon of a thing ready. Look, it's all engine, no boat. You get nervous just standing next to it. And we're all sitting in Tony's transporter in his little caravan, and he's just lying around like he's going to nod off to sleep, and we're talking shit, and he's checking his phone, and good to see you guys, blah. And his crew are bashing the shit out of them. They must have had 3 goes at the door, so for Christ's sake, Tony, we're on. Get out.
Get in the boat.
Fuck me, by the time we get out of his transporter, he's gone out in the boat, and we wander up to the start line. He's sitting there. And bang, sets a record, and then just strolls out of it and back into his transporter.
Fucking hell.
Thought, fuck me, I'd be about 3 months in preparation to do that.
Oh, the life and times of a full-time boat
Yeah,
racer.
that's right. It was an eye-opener.
So,
Great.
so the Oxygen Thief, the other, was it the other 2 boats? There was 4 boats all up. That went
In the
over,
end, there was
wasn't
4. So the second route was Oxy and Bruiser. So Grant Clifton and Wayne Stone acquired the Evercraft moulds and back in the day, and
Well, Matt Stone's that boat ended up at, so there's 5 over there eventually.
That's right,
Wayne
5,
Stone.
yeah.
Wayne, did I say Matt Stone?
No. You said
I
Wayne
said
Stone.
Wayne, yeah.
But then Matt Stone's old boat, hit the black one, that went across there.
That
as
went
well.
over too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Never
But
did
it never
nothing
got
over
used.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all just trying to get someone to buy it, basically.
Yeah.
So when we were racing, it was on display. And
Yeah.
yeah, so we all went over with Damien Baker from BG Engines and Josh Clifton and Grant Clifton and Tony Hearn and a few other blokes who not coming to me at the minute. But so we had 4 over there at one point, and it was freaking good. So we did Long Beach and Burley, Idaho, and where else? Yeah, there was 3 race meetings anyway.
That Long Beach one, I think that you may remember better, but I sort of think that the Long Beach one was probably a bit of a standout there.
Yeah, it
you
is,
guys, You guys had a fairly good. You had the 4 boats on the water.
It was a good vibe. It
fairly
was good
racing.
Yeah, it was a good experience. That. Oh
And
yeah,
then-
Parker. Blue Water Casino. Yeah,
And
was the
then
third one. It was a great venue.
at the Long Beach venue, you actually had a race against
Yeah,
Duff Daly. That was pretty. that was
Duff
pretty
Daly.
good
Early
racing side
days,
by
though,
side.
for that boat, they were still setting it up. Yeah,
That's
You had
one
a
of the
bit of a-
races over there that stands out for me. Like I
Yeah.
watch them
I
from
watched
back
those
here in
over there,
Australia. Yeah, I'm watching the 6-litre races, and years are all sort
Yeah,
of
it
together
was
and
good.
whatever. You go out and run against the blown boats,
yeah.
you're fucking right up the front. The other
Yeah.
6-litres are fucking out the back door.
Yeah.
They're fucking
Would have
last.
been good to have another. But I did like it's competition, isn't it? So those guys were, what Jeremiah told me, they were frothing at the mouth, like they were.
Oh, absolutely. Any
No,
real racer would be.
Yeah.
Any real racer would be.
So when they was deadly, as I was too, but I was a little bit probably careful because I thought for AIDS benefit it was needed to just get it done. And
You didn't need it. You didn't need to smack the blower's ass. You just
Nah,
need to be
look,
there
it probably
next to him.
wouldn't have happened anyway. But we could have probably pushed a bit harder, but anyway, no big deal. It was good. It was a good show, and it's probably what I was told back then was it's probably they reckon that there was like 15,000 people there over the weekend, and it's the biggest crowd they've ever had, and it was because of those boats.
Yeah.
Just the interest it created. And,
Oh, it's a different thing. They've
And
never seen
that's
anything
right.
like that before.
And of course then, with those flat bottom things, they get a bit loose and trip on a chime and all of a sudden they're in the wet, whereas we're sort of this way, that
You
way.
get all
and,
out of shape and
and
you're
it
still
doesn't
pointing
just
the
the thing
right
just keeps
direction
going.
and off you go again.
And they're all shit themselves and think it's going to be a crash, but there's not going to be.
Yeah.
So, and wandering around, I just, when we had a bit of time, I went for a wander out the pit gate and to look at the freaking people that were there and wander around and they've got Aussie shirts on and
Oh, yeah.
spectating, and I actually spoke to a couple of people, not being a dick, but just paying the respect, having a yarn, and they were so friggin' excited, eh?
Yeah. America's a
High-fiving
different
and-
thing, eh?
Oh,
They're
fuck.
totally
Really
different people.
enjoying it. Yeah, it's a shame that it never sort of took off, but that same year, we did in 1 year. We did 3 trips to America, which is freaking crazy. And Brian went. That's when Bryony was, got the opportunity to run that F4.
I did China.
Via Reese and
Yeah.
Doggy, and we had a fundraiser at Dargan and raised $20,000 that get us so she could have a crack at that stuff over there. We did 7 China,
International trips.
Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and Sharjah,
I do.
and then Long Beach, Burleigh, Idaho, and Parker, all in the 1 year.
That's wild, isn't it?
Back in Jesus Christ, looking back at it now, I don't know how we did it, but it was a great experience.
Yeah.
Probably paying a price for it now, I reckon.
I was going to say, you're probably just realising now.
Yeah. At the time.
But you wouldn't, same as I just went over, you wouldn't pass up that
Nah,
thing to do the international
Nah.
thing. It's just
No, you
next level.
Yeah.
it is.
Same as you did when you went to China. Like,
Friggin' eye opener.
me and Hayden talked about it when we were here, setting up to do the podcast when you was over there. We were right in the middle of our weight challenge fucking thing. And we said, if we were Joel, we're not giving a fuck about this weight challenge. We're just enjoying that whole atmosphere
100%.
over there, doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what an experience. Like,
Oh,
I
I
haven't been back to America for shit. It'd be at least 15 years,
Yeah.
and all I want to do is go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were coming home, and then you've already booked your next ticket to go back over again. Like that. That's an experience of a lifetime,
Yeah.
Chris. That's incredible.
It is. Like at the time, it was,
And racing a boat.
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy shit.
So
It's a privilege, right?
Certainly is.
Oh, 100%.
And I know it, and I feel very fortunate that we got the chance to. They got the chance to go and do it.
Well, it was a privilege for you to be able to go over and do it, but as Aussies, it was a privilege for us to be able to showcase the shit that we do here, and it's old news here.
Yeah.
To watch it go across to where we sort of think is the pinnacle of motorsport, and
Yeah,
have our sport showcased over there.
yeah,
Not just our sport, some of our drivers
Yeah.
over there doing it and showing them the way.
yeah. It was good.
It was something that I was pretty patriotic about, to be honest.
It's
with you.
probably, and I think there's a few, obviously, in the outboard world. Well, Craig Bailey's done a heap of shit over there, and Reece Coles, and now Trasky and
Rock and Damon.
Brock and Damon doing their stuff, and yeah, it's creates a lot of interest, eh? And
Yeah.
it's like what Marcus Ambrose is. I mean, obviously different level for those guys, of course, but Ambrose and Van Geer's doing what he's doing in NASCAR now. Like it just when those
It puts us on the map going,
It
fuck,
does.
these know what they're doing.
Yeah.
and it
these
creates
guys
so
know
much
motorsport.
interest here. Now,
Yeah.
like I didn't after when Ambrose finished racing NASCAR, I sort of didn't sort of watch too much of it, or bugger all really. And now Giz is up there. I
Yeah, all of a sudden we're
friggin' I
talking
get the
about
Turn it
shits
on,
if I
turn it
can't.
on.
Yeah, I
They-
just want to see what's going on.
They can't not over there. They can't not talk about him
Nah,
because he's just doing that well.
yeah. So it does. It's good, and then they're talking about sending Connor Zilic out now to
Yep.
run V8 Supercar, and
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
how good's
yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Like
that's
now,
awesome.
all those guys will be glued to V8
Yeah.
Supercars because
Coming to try to see what we do.
come and saw what we do.
Well, Austin Cindric's coming over here racing at
Yeah.
Adelaide.
Yeah. That's
another
sorry,
one.
that's another one. Yeah, that's so good, eh?
it would be interesting that when the 6 litres went over there wasn't so many blown boats with the 18 footers. But if it was now, and you'd sent the 18 footer over there, say with a small block in there or whatever,
Oh yeah.
and go, right, we're racing blown boats, we're racing
Yeah,
side by
yeah.
side,
Yeah.
and go, right, and then smoked them.
You could still do that.
You could
But
still
I
do it now.
don't
But,
think they'd like it if you smoke them.
yeah,
Nah.
but it'd go, okay, hang on, we could buy these boats. Where it was with the 6 litres, it went,
Yeah, well, they
Yeah,
don't.
but it's a NASCAR world over there. It's I suppose it's not the engine; it's the boat that's the
Yeah, the problem is
problem.
our boats don't fit their rules.
No,
Or if
that's
they
right.
do, they modify the rules a little bit
Yeah.
so they don't
Yeah.
fit. And it's happened all the way back since, Pete Smith took his boat over there like
But
forever ago.
let's not forget that you can still run an open deck K boat over there,
yeah,
right?
Can
And
you?
yeah.
And
I thought
that's
that got
that, in
changed.
my opinion. And I mean,
You know what?
they're awesome people.
Nah, that's
They're-
only at black meetings too, I think.
You know what's worse than that?
Well, I'm not too sure. I'm out of touch, I'll admit. But
I've only just realised that they don't even have helmet restraints mandatory.
yeah,
over there.
right. But our sport here, with logboat racing is you won't see any better than
It's leagues
that anywhere
ahead.
in the world, mate.
It's leagues ahead of everything.
100%.
I think Australia's leagues ahead in lots more
Unbelievable.
things than most people recognise. So
Yeah.
I've just spoke to Kim Bull on the phone, last week or the week before, or whenever it was, and he'd not long come back from his UIM meeting in China when the F1 H2O was over there,
Yeah.
and he said Australia in that meeting, Australia is regarded pretty highly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
thing
right.
for lots of things that we do.
Yeah.
Not just our cockpits are
Yeah.
superior everywhere else around the world. Our junior program.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many things that everybody looks up to Australia for
Yeah.
on like a world level. So we're nowhere near behind
No.
anyone else. But
No.
yeah, what I learnt from that was some places don't even have just simple safety
No.
stuff like helmet
No.
restraints. Like far out.
No.
You sit
well,
in an open deck boat. The worst thing you do is not have a helmet restraint. Like fuck me.
I couldn't
well,
imagine.
that's at the end of the day, that comes down to the governing body, and the APBA cops a fair serve, don't they? But I'll tell you what, there's plenty of things that they've done right.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is,
And
see
to
over
me,
in-
the most important thing is, since we lost those guys back in 2009, 2010,
2010, yeah.
we, touch wood, there's been a lot of big crashes.
100%.
And we're frigging 15 years down the track, mate. We haven't lost a driver yet.
Well, I can tell you what,
So,
Andrew Walmsley and Joe Jr. was the biggest crash we've seen
yeah,
since 2010
yeah,
and swum out.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a little bit fucked up with
Yeah.
his crystals in his head, but
yeah.
that was
No,
a
but he
pretty
was-
No,
Oh,
that
violent
was,
the
that was
only thing.
beforehand, wasn't it?
Yeah,
nah, he got a little bit worse.
Yeah, that was pretty violent, that one.
yeah,
And then swum out, but
yeah.
Incredible.
yeah, the works,
So what-
mask
Incredible.
work, the whole works.
What I don't understand is, like in the US, they've done plenty of that. Probably more because the boats are not as good, but they're still doing it.
Yeah. Well, look at
I don't.
It's a
get it.
population thing.
and it's,
Yeah,
it's a
it probably
population
is,
thing.
but it's detrimental to the sport.
yeah, but you look at like when I was in China with the World Series, they run air, but they only run half of them only run regs.
Yeah,
You have a mad accident.
Because that's all
How you
they're
get-
that's
how you
all
gonna
they're meant
find
to
your
run.
reg? Well, they only have to run air. That's all they've got to run.
Which
air.
is what that I
Which
don't
is
know
the
if I
rule
spoke
here
about
too.
it before on the pod or not, but I think that's a great idea that we can adopt. So there's one mandatory air system, which is an air bottle and a regulator. And
whatever
that's
you're,
what- that's what
whatever
you
you're
get-
comfortable with.
That's what you get tested with. You must have that in your boat. If you want to go above and beyond that, i.e. a mask or a full helmet system or whatever, you can do that, but you must have that bottle with the regulator in your boat.
as well. Yeah, right.
And that's what you get tested with. So at least everyone gets tested with the same shit and everyone has that same shit in their boat. You want to go above that, you go above that. That's
Yeah,
all on
right.
you.
But you have to have a reg in your boat.
But you have that in your boat.
Yeah, right.
I think that's a great idea and a great system. At least everybody gets tested with the same shit. We complain so much about people not using their own stuff in the cell tests and whatever else, but everyone's shit's so far different. And the more I think about it, like I used to be one of those people that thought, yeah, we should use all our own stuff. 100% we should to make sure it's all right. But the more I do it, the more I think about it, it's all a waste of time. We're not experienced in the same cell that we're sitting in. Everyone's door opens differently. It's all totally different. So if you just go to a minimum, everyone chooses that.
Well,
Whatever the APVA chooses, that's the minimum. Everyone has that. If you want to go beyond that, that's great for you, but you must have that minimum, and that's what you're checked with, and that's it. I like that.
Bit off track anyway. But
It is a bit off track.
Yeah. So we will pull this back into line a bit.
just got to be able to breathe underwater. That's it.
Yeah.
Or
If
hold
you
your
can
breath
work
long
that
enough.
out, can you let me know how to do it?
You're not keen either.
No. I've seen
not
fish
going.
be able to do it, but I haven't worked it out. So we've finished off with the Americas trip. Mm-hmm. And then
You left your boat there.
yeah.
Left the boat there. Just Aid was trying to still press on with it, and it all went to shit. It freaking broke him. Literally broke him. And he deserved better, but anyway, we can't change that. So all the boats end up coming back, right? So now...
That took a little bit of time, didn't it?
Yeah, it took a bit of time. So Dave Clark ended up buying Oxy, and that's tough enough down. Did a beautiful job at revamping that, which was due for, no doubt about that. And Mark Ebenruder bought Reuters back, and the other couple are floating around somewhere.
Bad influence.
Turn it up. There's Jimbo.
Oh, Turn It Up was Bruiser.
Jimbo, the bloke that bought Gen 3, he's bought Jimbo.
That's going to have a rotary.
That's going to have that
that's
massive rotor
That's
thing.
right.
Yeah.
And Daryl Quinn's got Matt Stone's old boat.
Yeah, righto. That's right. There you go. So they're all back here. So that was that. Crying shame.
Very unfortunate. But while that was happening,
it was great. And like I said, Grant Clifton, who's since passed, unfortunately, at the time, and Aid too, like the very least, you have a crack at it. And, probably cost Grant a bit of money too back in the day, I'd say. But it'll be great experience. If you pull it off, it'll be unreal. If you're not, well...
You've got a story.
Same as anything.
Everyone knows where we are.
Yeah, that's right.
If you want to buy a boat, you know where we are.
Yeah, I got very fond memories of it, but didn't kick the shit out of me financially.
Good luck at getting a boat if you need one.
Yeah.
Did you do any cool shit while you was over in America, like shoot guns or anything?
Oh, we did some stupid shit in America. We did, and I'm not... we had a lot of fun, eh?
Shoot some big fucking AKs and...
Nah, oh, yeah. Look, I don't know. Yeah, well, it's probably...
Statute of
Some
limitations is
some
over.
of it you can talk about, I guess, but... Yeah, we had a lot of fun. And it was actually legal to... We were just out in the freaking desert between Parker and Lake Havasu, and a mate of mine who we got to know. Anyway, he... I won't go into all the detail, but we went out shooting at this joint, and there's friggin' people. We're shooting at targets, and there's people walking behind us with their dogs.
Fuck,
Jesus.
yeah, right.
Just like
And it's all loud.
half a mile
It's all
off the
safe.
highway. Yeah, it was
It's all
nothing.
safe as far as they can
Shooting
see.
into a hill, who cares?
Yeah, shooting in the wheel, and it's just
There you go.
different world, man. But it was, but go to Walmart and buy BB guns, and we can buy any frigging gun. But Jesus, hanging out of the side of car doors, shooting at service station signs, and there's a lot of stuff that went on over there that probably be better off not talking about. But I tell you, we
That's all right. No one listens to us anyway.
Nah.
So.
we had a lot of fun. Like I say, probably a little bit too much fun sometimes. But when it came to a few days out of racing, we had to work too, getting boats ready, and we made sure. Yeah, when the boats ran, they ran. They were good.
Yeah, they weren't breaking down.
Nah, they weren't breaking down.
Yeah.
Drivers were probably a little bit, probably not as finely tuned as what they should have been. But
Were they all?
they were not. Don't get me wrong. They weren't. We weren't bad, but it's probably just you pull your head in quite a few days before. But
Were they all running the brand new Penske engines? So they all had the same engine in them.
Yep.
So where'd
Pretty
they-
much.
where'd
They
they
were
end up
good
going?
engines too. So, Hayden.
Couple come home.
They did come home
couple
with
come
them.
home, did they? Yeah.
In the boats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think,
Did Oxy come back with the engine in it?
I don't know about Oxy, but I think Explicit did.
Yeah. They were good engines.
Yeah. I'm yeah. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure Mark got one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and there was some
And
carburetors
Clarkey probably-
floating around.
yeah,
And
there's
I
definitely
lost
carburetors
track of all
floating
that
around.
stuff. I haven't thought about
And
it
I
for
think
years.
Clarkey probably ended up with one too because they come back. at
Well,
the
see,
same time.
he developed a relationship with a guy that worked at the engine shop in Pesky. So
Yeah, right.
Scott, I won't say his surname, but I do remember that actually. But he had a pretty good relationship with him, and Abe was buying the engines. Like they were friggin' pretty cheap.
Shit hot, yeah.
Nice, beautiful engines.
So you come back from America with no boat.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Well, it started, the Canberra connection, I guess. So Tim and Stacey Shannon, same thing. Probably they're very pally with Chris Tracy too, who was helping them set boats up and engines and stuff. Long story short, asked me if I'd be interested in driving Shenanigans, and I knew
He drove that before you drove it too.
Tim.
didn't he?
Tim did. Yeah, they
Couple of club
mucked around
days.
for
Yeah.
18 months or something. I can't remember the exact time frame. And Tim rang me and asked me if I'd be interested in driving it, and I think Oxy might have been on the back end of that America stuff or something. Yeah,
Yep, it was.
and of course I was. Yeah,
15, I think, was when you jumped in that.
yeah, I'll say you're right because that was the last year because we did America in 14 and 15,
Yeah.
and then we jumped in that, and I'll never forget it. I'll never friggin' forget it. So that they were battling with propellers, and they couldn't get the boat to go fast. Basically, I can't remember what speed it was doing, like 108 or 6 or 9 or 10 or some shit. I don't know.
I remember he cooked it at Windsor one
Yeah,
club
right.
day, and Tim was driving it.
Yeah, right. Anyway, they brought it to Dargle for a test session, and we took it up shed and might have ran it first or something, and then took it up there and set the plates, and I think I might have done a bit of groundwork before, and I managed to get hold of one of Birdie's propellers, and because my ship was in America, and put on it, and I think the second run, I got out of this thing going, holy shit! It ran a lazy 126.
Yeah.
And we've been working on Oxy for about 8 years, and I think we're up to about 123 or something. And this thing just did it easy straight up, and I thought, fucking hell.
I need to keep this drive.
Yeah, well, it was just
Copy that propeller. Oh, that doesn't work.
well, you know what? It was just the whole package was. It's just a beautiful thing.
it's sat
I think
nice.
anyone
It's
that's-
always sat nice.
I've always said anyone that's everyone should drive that boat because that's how to me a boat should feel. Now, the bad news is whenever I drive something else, I
You compare
I
it.
always compare.
Michael does the same thing with the little fuck 15.
Yeah, that's right. Like Oxy was.
Yeah, 21 ain't going around like 15 foot.
I think back in the day, I think knowing what I know now, you could get Oxy to run like that, but probably wouldn't get there quite as quick because it was probably a bit heavier, but probably no different to what Ryan McIndoe, what they do with lock and load.
Yeah.
It runs beautiful too. You can get a heavier boat to run nice, but it was it's just a beautiful piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And just meticulously maintained.
I think it's the same thing we can't get into Brennan's head. He's boat porpoises,
Yeah.
and you've got to do something against
Yeah,
that.
you got
It's
to.
good.
Yeah,
It's
they
not.
shouldn't be doing that.
And when they porpoise, I've tried to tell this to quite a few, but when they porpoise, they will make good top speed.
Well, who's mile an hour?
But
It takes too long for that to happen, and it goes up, down,
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
down,
that's
up,
right.
down, up, down. When they run like that silver one, and just come out of the corner and just sit there.
yeah.
They make that top speed very quickly.
Yeah.
Out of coming out of the corner, and that stays there.
Well, it's just efficiency, isn't it? As soon as you
Yeah.
look, if you just touch touch the plate and sit the boat on the water, it'll just wash 5 mile an hour off.
Yeah.
That's if you're deliberately making it do that.
Yeah.
When it's doing it on its own.
Yeah. It's no good.
Yeah, no.
It's no good. But anyway, that all started, and that relationship. There's not much. Probably in 6 litre.
I think you won everything, haven't you?
Well, I wouldn't say me, but that the
boat has, yeah.
we have, like the boat has. Yeah, it's that thing's got nothing to prove. I said to Tim, "Fuck, just cut that thing in half and stick it on the front of your house and just fucking call it a day, mate."
Fuck that.
That's a shame.
I'll sell it for twice the price.
Yeah.
you bought it for.
I don't know what's going to happen. It's
That's
but,
where- that is
Someone
where-
will buy it and think they can do better
Where-
and modify the fuck out of it and fuck it right up.
One thing that pisses me off.
Sell that for 200.
Yeah, it's all been. The engine's been all freshened up and it's all ready to go again. Actually,
Looking for a new driver.
yeah, maybe a younger one would be good.
I'm 20 years younger.
Yeah, it's to be honest, I don't even know what Tim's going to do. Him and Stacey have been doing a bit of travelling and just chilling out. I don't know whether he'll run again or what he's got
He does
planned,
see
but
every time he's been around a
he
fair
probably
few race
will.
meetings.
Yeah,
that we've
yeah.
seen him at, and he's just happy, just fucking
Yeah,
cruising
he's
around
just
his
cruising.
caravan.
Yeah, good on him. He's enjoying it,
Yeah.
and he deserves it.
When you've won everything, there's
the
no
point?
there's no rush or
the
need
whole
to
thing.
get to anything.
Nah,
It's-
if he
yeah.
wants to go and do something, we'll go and do it. And if he doesn't, well, we won't. It's up to him. But I've always told him, whatever he wants me to drive it, I'll
Tell him to put a supercharger on it.
I'll do it. Nah, it's
No,
not.
there's a 19-footer in the shed for that.
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, right.
I'll step back a little bit and go 5 litre racing and see
Yeah.
what you can do with it.
I think it pisses me off. I was really, I don't know why, but I was pretty keen to. We placed a few times in the Marge and all that shit, but freaking Melton Gold Cup, I thought we might have been able to snag that in that thing.
I never got the mark.
I
Never got the Melton.
so close.
I remember watching
Yeah, right.
one of those ones
And
where
friggin-
you was leading coming
Yeah.
into the last straight. And I was in the race.
Well, yeah.
I was in that race.
Yeah, we come close, but couldn't quite get it done. And then, lo and behold, like the next year, Connor Patterson fronts up, cleans up, and turn it up in a 6 litre.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, right? Oh, that wasn't meant to be, was it?
That
Anyway,
happens.
shout out to him.
That happens a fair bit with certain things you're chasing.
Yeah.
Just get you.
Yeah, if you
You
get
can't-
too,
yeah.
too fixed on something that it defies you every time.
Yeah, that's the same as you put down Brennan with the Menace.
Yeah.
Brennan can't get the Menace at all. He's
Yeah.
never even come
He'll
close.
get it one day.
He's
You
had
just gotta
he's had a
wait.
shoe in one. All he had to do was do 3 laps, and
Yeah.
he'd won it. But he managed to hit a boy and get a lap down and lost it.
It goes a bit. Try is the Kavanagh's another one. He can't finish a race at Melton.
I think Shenanigans has won the Kavanagh 5 times, and I think Clyde Lewis 6 times in a row.
Shit, yeah, right.
It's pretty impressive, eh?
Yeah,
Pretty impressive to not
just to do that.
to been able to finish them.
In 6
And
litre,
missed out on a
that's-
few too, you know,
In
like
6
through
litre,
dumb
that's
shit.
super impressive.
Yeah, It'd be
Missed
good.
out in a couple of minutes, well, 1 or 2 minutes that I can think of through like the thing just not starting, and to make quickest qualified doesn't mean you're going to win it, but and then
Usually in powerboat racing, if you're at the top of your game, and unless you're doing a fuckload of work behind the scenes, you won't stay there for very long.
No.
Someone will catch you and pass you.
Craig Lewis always told me that. He said, you might be in front now, but it won't stay that way forever.
Yeah, someone will catch you and pass you, unless you're doing lots of work behind
That's
the
what
scenes.
competition. That's what it's.
Yeah.
That's the way it's meant to be, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I reckon now, say this year to next year, that the 6 litre is, there's only a few, like it's not as big field as what it was, but there's a few and they're all
Yeah,
fucking on song.
yeah,
Like Lock and Load's on
yeah,
song.
yeah, 100%.
Rastus is fucking
They're flying, mate.
on song. Sick
Yeah.
Puppies there.
I think, honestly, I thought, I reckon we're getting to the point where I think Tim's that was probably going to get beat. I thought we were just starting to get
Eventually,
like-
you got to, yeah.
lock and load, and I thought, they were
Brendan
starting to
was
get
tapping at your heels every
100%.
time.
they were
He
starting
beat
to
you a
get
couple
on top of
times,
us, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
But that's where it is, and you go, okay, now we've got to do something.
yeah, that's right.
Work
And
something out.
we never really did much. Like the boat, pretty much is. It's never been upside down and blueprinted or friggin'. It's all as it come out of the. Yeah, I tried to get you to do it, but yeah. But anyway,
Too much work going on that shit.
yeah, that's right. But it's a good thing. It's a. Like I say, that thing's got nothing to prove. It's
I like watching
It's
the
done its
6
work.
litre stuff.
Yeah, I
if,
fucking
if,
love
I,
it.
if
good
I'm not,
racing. I love doing it.
yeah, if I'm not in the boat racing, I'm on the bank
Yeah.
watching the 6 litre stuff.
You know what I used to really enjoy? It wasn't like the competitive edge or whatever it was, but it was I used to enjoy racing against the guys that I was racing against because I sort of trusted them.
That's the big thing.
And we could race hard and close.
And you could get back to the bank and go, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, well, fucking sorry, or this happened.
Yeah.
But you'd still talk about it.
Yeah.
You weren't punching on at the ramp.
Nah.
Everyone just go, you're a fucking idiot.
They're
But
good
yeah,
guys,
sorry.
mate. Good guys.
I was sort
And
of
having
like,
a
And I
crack
think,
too, you know.
and still now, they've still all got that same
Yeah.
attributes to this.
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
oh, fuck yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, right.
It's actually difficult because you actually sort of like each other,
Yeah.
respect each other.
Yeah.
You back down the ramp and I sort of try not to look at them because I actually like them.
well, the,
I
ga-
don't
the
wanna
games,
like 'em.
the games start in the pits, don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
They start off. I don't know if I've mentioned
They
that
will-
before, but I won't mention it now, just in case I haven't, and I won't mention all my secrets.
You
but
definitely have.
It doesn't. The racing doesn't start when the flag drops.
No,
the
it
race
doesn't.
starts well and truly before that.
I can hope it does.
I get that with going away with Reese and Simon. Simon's a fucking shocker at it.
Oh, I was bad with that outboard shit. Yeah, I was bad.
Simon, he's that far advanced on everyone else.
Yeah.
He's in their ears.
Yeah, you get to know who does
Yeah.
what, and who likes what, and who doesn't like what, and you tell them
You
about
just,
it.
it's windy out there, or it's rough, or
Yeah.
it's this, or it's
Yeah, that's 100%. If you're not a racer, you're not doing that shit, and you don't get it.
When we and I was nervous about when we first went over with Bryony, and she had very limited experience in that little tunnel boat. And I don't know, it's the same now. All the F1 teams still got to have an F4.
yeah, nah. I think they still do, but they don't run in the same
Yeah,
series.
right. Yeah, well, it was the same day, so
Yeah, no, it's not now. It's too.
And they'd all-
logistic was too hard now. I think.
putting their elbows out and getting down the dock first, you know.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when we got over there, we were down the dock first
Yeah.
Yeah,
every
right.
time, and it was funny because that was just making
Yeah,
a statement.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people don't pick up on those little
And
things.
you know, with no disrespect to them, I was like, fuck that, Jack.
Yeah,
Said to Bryony, we're getting down there first.
yeah, right.
And they'd be walking past and I'll be laying under the boat with polishing the bottom of the boat and all this
Oh,
bullshit,
yeah.
and then we're down there first.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. Yeah, you got to get in their head from the very
Yeah.
start.
It was fun. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just competition, right? Like
Yeah.
it's all
It was
good in love and war. Like,
When you're
right,
cruising up to the starting, like what we do, you see someone and they happen to glance at you, just fucking give them the bird. That
Yeah.
fucking upsets them straight up.
Or give them the bird down the first straight. That's good fun.
at 140 mile.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I don't
going
think
to
I'll
have
be
to take
doing
my
that.
hand
Righto.
off the wheel at that. But
Oh,
No,
yeah.
my thing's a lounge chair. It's-
Fuck, I ain't looking sideways.
No, I didn't look sideways, but I certainly that thing of mine's a lounge chair, and I just looked over at Mikey.
Keep yourself awake.
Yeah. So talking about blown boats, you've had a turn of one.
Yeah, so
had a turn of a couple.
couple. Yeah, so I think decision. So Brent Lewis and Scotty Inglis gave the opportunity to have a driving decision up in Taree some time ago, and that was in an 18-foot Evercraft, so that was very comfortable.
So on
That was great.
on the first time you jumped into a blower, being a 6-litre driver, what was the thought process? Was it,
I was too scared to put my foot on the throttle.
and that was the worst thing you could have done, isn't it?
But once I got my head around it, it was all good. I think being in an 18-footer, a boat that I've
You
probably
already
driven
know,
half a
yeah.
dozen of those things, you know. They're all different, but they're all the same. So I was a lot more comfortable doing. I was very comfortable in that thing, actually.
You know you're not going to get yourself into any trouble with an 18-foot Evercraft.
Nah.
It can get out of shape, but it's always still going to point forward and point the right direction.
Yeah.
Especially something like Brent's.
I just trust them, you know.
You know, it's a good boat.
Yeah, they're they are.
They are a good boat.
Yep. So that was an opportunity that it was just good, greatly appreciated, and they did it so they could probably just stick a different driver in it and learn a bit more shit and like Brent's, they got the new boat going now and it's freaking going unreal too, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's a fucking rocket ship.
Yeah, and then obviously Ian and Deb asked me if I'd like to start driving the same boat as Michael's, and that hasn't been...
It's been a journey, hasn't it?
It's been a journey, yeah. It's been hard work for Ian and Deb, and it hasn't sort of gone to plan, but that's a bit of a different animal, that thing. But, there's a bit to be learnt there. But hopefully he'll, we can make some progress. Probably been spoilt too. Like the 18-footers are so racy, so nimble, and they are like driving a go-kart, you know. So
the way I describe them, they're a very user-friendly boat.
Yeah,
It's like you got training wheels on.
Yeah,
and unless you get something really, really wrong, it'll serve you well.
Yeah.
Makes a chic driver look good.
Well, I think
And I'm pretty... I've done it.
I think that's they do. They do. They do. I think they do make you like that. Yeah, that's right.
Very
User-friendly.
User-friendly.
User-friendly is the word.
You can get the best out of them.
Yeah, 100%.
No doubt about that. Whereas the big boats are totally different animal, and I don't know. I don't know. It sort of knocked my confidence around a bit, to be honest, and I don't know whether I'm up for it. Or anyway, time will tell, I guess.
No, I think that's total bullshit. I'll call bullshit on that straight away, because when you jump into something that's so obviously they're in a development stage, and they're struggling to get a boat that hasn't been a tested boat. So it was
absolutely.
sort of designed. It was copied off an Evercraft, like a 21-foot, like what mine is, but the bottom is actually different. So they're dealing with that sort of process as well.
Yes, they're in development phases.
Yeah, that's right. So
haven't been used before.
I'd say as soon as you get your next one on the water and get your ass in the seat again.
Yeah.
Especially being your own boat, you can make your own decisions.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm very keen to. It's been, let's face it, if I wasn't driving for other people over the last 10 years, I wouldn't be racing. So
that's right.
But it is very.
Well, you would be, because you would have got your own done quicker.
Yeah, well, maybe you're right. But I am looking forward to. Like I'm at, let's face it, I'm nearly 60, so my racing career is basically very close to being done, in my opinion.
Do you reckon boats are like cars or closer to motorbikes?
I think boats you can probably push on a bit longer, but
because we learnt the other week that old people in cars do well.
Yeah,
but not on motorbikes.
Yeah.
once we seen
Because they're
Valentino
bones
Rossi.
breakers, yeah.
Well, Valentino Rossi won that the Indy 8 hour or whatever it was, and I thought old blokes can obviously still drive race cars, but they can't drive bikes, can't ride bikes. So I was wondering what you thought, whether
it's not.
boats
I
were
think
closer to bikes or cars.
I think it's you still got to have the passion to compete, and I never thought that I would lose that, but I'm starting to question whether I am starting to lose it. So
It's easy to lose once you've won everything.
Well, yeah, pretty consumed with other things in life at the minute, and
you're quite lucky you got some good people behind you getting this boat going, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some good people around me in life, mate, which definitely massive help. But look, I'm keen to. I really want to get it going because I think it'll be a good thing. I really do. I'm not even. I don't even have to.
Might peel a few others out of the shed too.
Yeah, I've just got to get. I've got to. I'm struggling for time, to be honest, because there's other more important things at the moment. But the embarrassing part is that boat has been. I've had it for nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That's just crazy.
You'd hate to know how old mine is.
Yeah, well.
That long.
Yeah, well, that's probably right. We're all, doing our thing, families and work commitments and businesses and all that sort of shit. So, the boat probably plays second fiddle, but I do. I don't have any desire to get it going to win shit, or I just want to get the frigging thing finished.
Yeah.
And get it on the water.
That story's going to change.
And that'll be the
Yeah,
box. Well,
It's already finished. He's full of shit because if he wanted to get
pretty
going, it'd be
close.
going next week.
yeah.
I seen it the other week. It's pretty close.
I just want to tick the box,
If you let us at it
Well,
years ago when you were putting the cav gear on and you wouldn't let us drill a hole in it.
Well, you've already got your own shit to do, but yeah.
They're on the piss and we're doing that. Well,
Looks
we'll
like a
just drill
cheese
some
pattern
holes.
now.
Fuck it.
I was. It
Yeah,
took me
fuck it.
about
It's only fiberglass. Just drill a hole.
2 years to work up the guts to put an 8th hole in it.
Yeah, it's no different to me.
But it was bare, and
I love drilling holes
And
in
if we
mine 'cause
can-
it lightens it.
it's we had no idea where to put shit originally, so I moved the cell back as far as I could, and shout out to Josh Clifton for getting the thing finished, and
Nothing wrong with moving the cell back.
it's all a bit of it's all pretty congested, but lo and behold, I rang Tim and said, "Where's the back of the cell from the tuck in that thing?" And he measured the silver boat, and I measured mine within about 2 mil.
Yeah, right.
By
Wow.
chance, and I thought, well, that's probably a good start. But anyway, the boat's just about sort of fitted out, and
When are we going to hit the water?
Oh, fuck. I just got to find I just got to commit the time to it, and I just can't at the moment. I've got other commitments that are more important, unfortunately. So we'll just see how things go on the next.
Do you want to shout out the people that have been helping you getting it going?
Max Andrews, I rang Max a few years ago, and he was a young single bloke, not many tyres, very clever, and so you want to give me a hand to get this thing going? And he said he's keen as. Well, since then
Life's changed a bit.
Got married. And
he's
everything
married and
else.
about to have his second child and start his own business and build a new workshop and setting up a GP hydroplane, and he's got plenty of projects, but we'll chip away at it, and we'll look. I keep threatening to sell the frigging thing because I said to Tracy, if it's not going by the end of the year, I'm just fuck it's going because I'm.
It could be. It's fuck close
But
enough.
I won't do it. I'll finish it, and then.
I mean, if you want to sell it unfinished business, like it's probably worth $5,000. I'll give it to you.
I don't know. It's pretty nice. I like it.
He's trying to talk
Yeah.
the price up a little bit after.
I mean, I'll give you 10.
I must admit, every time I walk up in the shed and I walk past it, and I can't help but stick my head underneath and look up the back of it and think, fuck, I think this thing's going to be
fuck
good.
Tidy, it's tidy. We've had a few looks when we've been up there.
Yeah.
I took the old man up the other week. I don't know what we were doing. We were there. I think it was for Mel's birthday.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
We went up there to. I know we got you.
No, we're
chainsaw.
getting-
we
yeah,
ended
we're
up
getting
cut firewood
timber,
and
yeah.
whatever else. I said, "Oh, come up and check this out." And everyone looked at it. They went, "Oh yeah, fuck, this is all right."
It's tidy. Brendan was looking at it going, holy fuck. So this would have cost you a fortune if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Yeah.
bill it this and bill it that. And
So it's it's just basically a supercharged 6 litre on EFI. Like,
Yep.
it's nothing fancy.
it's not
but
Probably
at
the
all.
first supercharged boat on EFI.
yeah,
I
will
don't
be.
think we've had one.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
bloody chasing cash.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
'cause,
Well,
Fuel
Chris
Tech
started before that, but he's going to be
Yeah.
finished well
if Chris
after.
had
There's probably
finished
6
it,
other
it would have
ones.
been. It would
Yeah,
have been. done
that's
before
right.
Heath.
Talk's cheap, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to talk about it. But,
I like talking to Heath about his one's pretty cool. His EFI system's pretty cool. He
Yeah, it
doesn't.
went good.
His ECU is actually the dash itself, which makes everything
Yes.
nice. So everything's out of water and all the
Yeah.
rest of it. Yeah.
So the engine's, like most of the machining's done. And Max has done some pretty trick shit on manifolds and stuff to take injectors and what have you, and he's halfway through building the fuel tank. So once we get the tank, sit it in there and sit just the engine block in there with all the shit hanging off it without being together, and then Dale will probably make a loom up for it. And
So
once Max gets time to get the tank done, it's a work of art in itself. I won't go into detail, but Jesus
tucking
Christ.
underneath into the back of the
Fucking hell.
tuck and coming back up and around. That's fucking mental.
Yeah, all that, and he's made a cradle to sit it in, and it's got doors in the tank, and
Yeah.
fuck, we're gonna.
You'll
Anyway,
use
I won't
every
even-
litre of fuel in the fuel tank before
Yeah,
she gets any
it will.
surge.
It will run out of fuel. It will not surge.
That's good.
But
So there's been a lot of thought.
a lot of
going
thought in it, mate. Yeah. So when it does finally go, even if I'm friggin' 80, and it'll still be good, nice.
When you got a little boat like that, you need to use every little bit of area you have to
Yeah.
your advantage.
Yeah.
When you're like us, Hayden, and you got a fairly decent sized boat, you
Yeah.
can be a bit blasé
Yeah,
with
just
with
lazy
room.
with where you put things.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you're in a tiny little boat, you've got to
Not much.
make
room.
sure you get all your shit right.
And
before
it's
you
hard,
actually
isn't it?
pull
Like
the
you got to
trigger.
be able to work on shit. So
That's
That's
the
right.
thing. You see a lot of nice boats, whether they're 5 litre, 6 litre, unlimited, whatever. You see a lot of nice looking boats, but when it comes down to working on the thing,
putting a spanner on.
oh,
it, pain in
they're
the
a
arse,
pain in the ass.
You only go that fucking Truly Wicked engine. That was fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Work on
It's
that.
hard work.
Well, one of the turbo pipes ran across the top of the valley
Yep.
Tablet
rocker cover.
covers.
Yep.
yeah,
You couldn't pull it. You only check one side unless you pull half
got
the
to pull
engine.
half the side of the engine apart to get a rocker cover off. It's a
Fucking
pain in the
terrible.
ass.
Painful.
You check one side every time.
Rightio. Well, I think we've stolen your time for.
It's a bit.
2 hours now.
Yeah, we usually say we'd be respectful of your time, but fuck
We-
you, it's Chris Pugsley.
Yeah, we don't have to be.
Yes.
And anyone
Not boring
listening,
anyone to death.
he should be
anyone
more
listening,
respectful of our time.
Yeah. Well, that I'm not.
anyone listening, if you got bored, then you're the problem, not
Yeah,
us.
that's
Yeah.
right. Anyway, it's all good.
All right. Well, we usually ask all the guests a couple of questions. So we're going to ask you the same questions. And you got to answer truthfully. No thinking about it, no whatever. There's no editing from here on.
Right.
Which way do you mow your lawn? And I'm not talking the farm.
The turf.
I'm not talking the turf farm. I'm talking your actual backyard. Do you mow around the perimeter, then up and down? Do you mow just up and down? Do you mow it in a circle until you get to the middle, or what do you do?
Oh, you just get my wife to do it.
That's it. How do you do
And
that?
she does it whichever way she fucking wants.
How do you do that? How much do you pay her?
Pardon me. I would say that's a loaded question because I spend a fair bit of time on a mower.
You just grab a turf fucking
Yeah.
turf mower and
Round
just
and
mow
round
it around the
circles.
backyard,
Yeah.
whatever. I hit where I can.
No, we got a ride on, so yeah, I just try and I got it because they got a chute on one side, and because I probably don't get to mow the grass often enough.
You point the chute at the
I
fence.
point the chute at the fence. So when I'm finished, the fence just looks like a wall of grass.
Well, that's more than the rest of us have. We all usually have push mowers, so
Yeah.
you're ahead of us just using a ride on. All right. What's your favourite flavoured milk? Do you like chocolate, or are you like one of those weird fuckers that like banana and shit?
Or an iced coffee.
Lime's all right.
Hey,
Lime milk?
Yes.
fuck off.
Yeah, I
Lime
haven't-
milk? What a
I haven't
fucking
thought of that.
weirdo.
That is a bloody yum milk.
Make it
Yeah.
curdle.
Nah, it is
Fuck.
yum.
Next time you go to the milk bar, get a packet of milk bottles and a lime milkshake.
Yeah.
Is there a milk bar still around?
It used to be.
I didn't know there was such a thing anymore.
There used to be one next to
Fucking
Wiley Park Hotel. I used to go there. The old man, he used to leave me at the front for 6 hours eating milk bottles and drinking lime milkshakes while they were on the piss all day.
What's a lime milkshake? I've never had one.
Tell you what, next time we're on the piss, it's club. That's what
Lime milkshake.
I'm gonna ask for a lime milkshake. Surely they don't. It's not just a milkshake and they stick fucking lime in it.
I remember a few
Oh, they
years
do.
ago there was a
I haven't had one
mixed-
for ages.
There was like a mixed milk that you could buy that had lime in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I remember it was bloody.
It was the
yum.
thing.
Never heard
Yeah,
of
I
it.
completely
Yeah.
forgot about it until you just said it.
But I would say probably vanilla
Vanilla. Fuck, that's boring.
and malt.
Oh yeah, malt
Malt is
that turns vanilla into like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Malt is nice. All right. When you go to the toilet and you're pissing in like
Jesus.
the pan, not a urinal, like the full bowl,
I
whereabouts do you piss? Do you piss to the left, the right, the
don't
back,
know.
the
I'm
front?
usually sitting down.
Oh, you can be best mates with fucking Joel over here then.
That'd have to be a lie because you're fucking up me for doing it. Unless you change your ways.
I find well when you get older, you get right over the top of it so you don't miss.
So you stand with your feet at the door and you put your hand on the windowsill
Yeah.
and lean over the whole thing.
No,
like at a
one leg
45.
each side of it, right over the top of it.
So you may as well sit down.
That's right.
That way you don't have to wipe up
Yeah.
the drips.
I don't put my hand, just put your head on the wall then.
All right. Are you more of a beer person or a spirits person?
I try not to drink much at all,
That's a fucking
Fucking
lie.
lie.
but the last couple of months I've probably ended up drinking a bit more. But yeah, I don't like. I love a beer.
Beer's the best.
Yeah.
No Zambucas, anything.
Nah.
beer?
No, I don't know that shit. No, I've been bitten by that stuff a few times before.
You're not one of those gay fuckwits that drink like a low to mid-strength beer, are you?
There's nothing wrong with fucking mid-strength.
Look, in the perfect world, I would not have a beer all week. But
Why is that perfect?
That's my world.
it's like, yeah,
I just drink on weekends.
in the habit of, I haven't. I've dropped the ball a bit because I've been that busy with other shit. But I train every morning with Tracy and try not to drink during the week, and I'll have a beer on Friday and Saturday.
When you talk about your training, what does that involve? Like, elaborate a little bit.
Well, getting out of bed's a good start.
So you get up early.
Get up.
You train before anything else.
Yeah, we try to.
Do you sleep nude?
No,
So you sleep in your undies?
I sleep in me pajamas.
Long johns.
Righto. So
I
you
fucking don't.
so you get up in your pajamas.
Ask my
and you-
wife. Well, she probably doesn't know anyway.
No, I'm just wondering how we
Sleep in me jock. So no,
how
we
do we
get
get
up.
up?
We train. We get up and have a coffee on the way out the door, and usually train for an hour and go back in there breakfast and go to work. But I've been pretty busy the last few weeks, so it's sort of 14 or 15 hour days, and I just haven't got it in me to train. So when things settle down a bit, we'll get in the routine of training at 5 o'clock in the morning to probably 6. And
You probably don't really need to train when you're rolling turf every day.
well, you do. You'd be surprised.
Or are you just warming yourself up, are you?
Well,
Well, it's
like the catalyst to
not that I'm saying Chris is old, but when you get to
It's
that age,
no,
it
well,
probably helps.
it does help. So
yeah.
I suppose, like I've trained on and off all my life, so when you're riding motorbikes and that, you got to be fit, and I'm sure you'll work it out that when you're training physically, when you're racing a boat, it helps you a lot in
I understand that. 100%.
your performance.
You're saying walking in the mornings, or you talking
No, well,
running or
Well, it's a little
It's a
bit
full gym
it's-
workout.
It's a full
Little
intense thing.
gym workout? Yep.
CrossFit training, they call it. So it can be very intense. And so
I've seen the list on the wall. Fucking
My knees are hurting thinking
well,
of it.
training used to be
I've watched him climb up a rope hanging from the fucking roof from sitting on his ass.
Love it.
Just uses his arms to climb up the rope with his legs still straight out in front of him. Just boom, 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 straight up the fucking rope.
fucking hell.
It's better than I can do.
That's why
I can't
he's
get up
training.
the
I
rope
might
using
just
me
go to
fucking
bed.
feet.
Takes a while to get to that. But fit, you know what? And it's if I can be frank, it's also like racing used to be the catalyst for a lot of the training I used to do, and now it's let's face it, Tracy trains consistently all the time because she can,
Yeah.
but she's so friggin' determined, and I
You just match that.
I do.
You've got to match that, yeah.
So if she wasn't doing what she was doing, I don't know whether I'd be doing what I'm doing. But the advantage of it is, you know, that racing was the catalyst, but then it became a habit, and I think it does need to be a habit. Some sort of exercise, as difficult as it is, when we're all so freaking busy. But
So I think I've just, you know, next time the fight night's on, the high speed garage has got to enter a.
Oh, we've already talked about it.
Fuck that.
I think Pugs might be a competitor. He's
100%.
old, so they'll match him with another older guy. But the
Yeah.
older guy won't be nowhere near as fit as this guy.
100%.
Yeah.
So I think we're on. We're just going to enter him in the comp.
I think we'll just enter him in the comp and we'll just do the blindfold.
Yeah, we'll just drink piss and cheer him on.
No.
That's even better.
No.
All right, last question. Road rules. Do you speed? Do you break road rules, or do you obey them all?
I probably drive on the road I reckon I'd like a race, and that is
Fast.
staying within the rules. Just.
How do you do that?
Oh, you lose your license a few times. I can vouch for that one. I'm teetering on the edge.
Touch wood, I've got all my points still, but I don't speed. Well, yeah, I'll probably do a little bit, but nothing stupid. No.
Well, it's not just speeding. Like when you're driving up the highway, or any of the highways around Sydney, like the M7, M2, all those things. Do you get road rage, or do you hate people? Do you want to just ram them with a bull bar? Or?
You know what? One thing that probably I don't get road rage, luckily, because you get too old anyway, right? Because you get road rage when you get old, you get a flogging.
Fuck, you're better than me.
So human error doesn't upset me at all. And same racing, human error doesn't upset me at all when I'm racing someone. But arrogance and fucking stupidity does.
Yeah.
That's what makes me angry. If someone makes a mistake, pulls out in front of me, and I've got to jump on the brakes and get all sideways and to miss them, and that does not upset me one bit.
As long as they acknowledge that they fucked up.
Yes.
If they just do that obliviously and just keep cruising down the road, you think you're a fucking idiot, mate. I don't want to bash you.
Someone's rude or arrogant, or then I'll fire up a bit. But
what really shits me on the road is fuckwits that sit in the right lane and won't do the speed limit.
Or driving along in an 80-kilometre zone at 60.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff is just head up arse.
You know what? You're probably lucky that
Thinking of yourself and nobody else.
you live a bit further out. You're not really on the highways too much.
Nah.
Fuck me, mate. I get on them highways and there's those fuckwits
Yeah,
in the right lane.
Yeah.
When there's 3 lanes,
That's bad.
They're not even in the middle. They're in the fucking right one. Man,
Yeah.
if I had a bull bar, I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
I'm dead set I'd be in jail.
Yeah. It's a bit... Anyway.
Oh,
All right.
Righto.
Thanks for your time, Chris.
hey, thanks for coming on.
It's been good.
It's a pleasure.
Been not a bad night.
Hopefully everyone liked listening to the story of Chris Pugsley.
Yeah. Everyone's got a story, right?
And
The older blokes are just got a bit longer story.
yeah,
And now you're a podcaster.
look out, fight night.
I'm a guest.
Not when
Doesn't
we
matter.
tell the story.
We'll give you a T-shirt. You can be the high-speed garage.
Thank you. All right. Well, thanks for having me, fellas.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
See you
All
later.
the best.
Bye.
Cheers. Shout out to Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment. They're your go-to for short and long-term rentals on forklifts and access machines. Plus, they handle all the servicing, maintenance and delivery too. They also supply portable toilets and showers for events and construction.
Also, if you mention the High Speed Garage podcast when you call, you will get a 10% discount on hire and transport. So for all your equipment and amenity needs, remember Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment. And don't forget the High Speed Garage discount.